Is anybody here? Is anybody? Don't pay a ransom. There's apparently a ransomware attack going on. I haven't been hacked. I'm here. I just had to get myself some more coffee and grab some cola and take care of a few things. How's it going? Welcome. It's Monday, July the 21st. This is the last full week I will be with you because if you haven't heard, I'm going on a bit of a road trip, and I won't be around as I have been, with you. Next week, Thursday, is my last day doing live presentations on this channel. So if you haven't heard, Thursday next week is the big goodbye. Because on Friday, I'm on an airplane from Calgary to Tokyo. I'm going to be in Japan for 3 weeks on my own. And then I'll be in Singapore for a week and Dubai for a week. And then I'll be in Amsterdam, where Auntie Jen will fly from Calgary over to meet me. And we'll be together in Europe for September and October before we return back to Calgary. So I will be out of town for August, September, October, traveling. However, I will be with you via videos that I will produce for this channel and my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. And I will tell you about the markets. I will tell you about what I think is going on. I will throw you some trade ideas, because the big move that happens next Thursday is that at midnight next Thursday, or Thursday after my last show, I will tell YouTube to cancel all of my memberships. I will tell them to stop the Gold Bagel members. I will tell them to stop all the Chillin' members. And any of you who have a credit with YouTube for your paid up membership until the middle of August or the first week of August or the third week of whatever credits you have, you will be refunded by YouTube, because they handle the memberships. So I just tell them what I charge for a membership and whether or not they stay on or not. But they will be shut down at the end of July, because I will not be here with you August the what was Monday, August the 4th. I won't be with you here August the 4th with a Gold Bagel member show and then a regular show like this. I will be in Tokyo, and I will do now videos that might be 10, 20, 30 minutes, who knows. And you don't have to pay for them. You don't have to be a member to watch them. And I hope you like them. So I'm just a regular YouTuber kind of guy. I'll be just a regular YouTuber without members starting August. And that allows me now to trade my own account, because at the moment I don't do option writing and all kinds of investing and all that stuff. I am really just here as your instructor, advisor, not advisor, but more of a guidance counselor, your old high school teacher who gives advice as to here's what I think you should be doing, here's what's going on. And that's going to change. I'm going to become an option writer. And now I'll be telling you, I just did this trade. I just wrote contracts on this. I just did this on GameStop, or I just did this on Triple Qs, or I just did this on Rocket Lab. I just did, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why I think I should be doing this kind of trade. And maybe you may want to do it yourself. And now you can follow me as an option writer investor rather than a commentator. But there's a change. You're not paying me to do this content like you're paying me now as a member. And there you go. There's the difference. I'll miss these get-togethers live. I love reading the comments from you folks because it gives me a reaction. But can't have it all. You can't have it all. And with me being 15 hours away from you in Japan, to keep that in mind, keep this in perspective, I will be in a whole different time zone in Japan and Singapore and Dubai. It's a little difficult for me to, stay up until 4 a.m. to do shows when I'm in Japan to see Japan, on a bit of a trip here. So I hope it works out. I think it will. I think in the end, I think you'll find it unique, interesting. It'll be a change. in routine, fair enough. Same for me. But one more thing. You'll never know, though. There might be a time where, for the hell of it, I might just go live for 30 minutes because I feel like it. I'll just do a live broadcast on this channel without any warning, without any advance notice. And if you're a member, a subscriber to this channel, you're a subscriber, you're likely going to get YouTube alerts every time I put up a video and also create a live show. So make sure to be a subscriber. And that way you might just happen to be, he's going live? Oh, I can watch this. I'll watch you live. And you can say hi, and I'll say hi, and whatever. So, it's not like I'm disappearing, but it's going to be different. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining here. Andrea, number one thumbs up today. Buongiorno. Thank you. Richard Carlin is here. Splair, of course, is here. Zed Estate, hi. Bruce, Uncle Bruce, hi from the Concord Hilton. Breakfast is unreal, and the gym is amazing. It's unreal. Breakfast is unreal, and the gym is amazing. Got it. Eddie Martin is here. Jeff is here in the house. What are you doing, pal? The Big E is in the house. Stephen Butler, good morning. Night. What is this one? Night 4 week 80. Night H4 week 84. Became a YouTube member. Well, thank you for joining us for a limited period of time. Thank you. Great to see you here. This is a Gold Bagel level member for, 10 days. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to have you in the house this morning. Excuse me. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Thank you, everybody. Tom Kaufman is here. CKT, Aurora, Mike Fitzgerald, Mike E is here. Thank you. Rice is here. Corinne, Eddie Martin, Kent's mom in the house. Good morning, everybody. Zed Estate, someone make GameStop pop, please. Zed Estate, SoFi versus GameStop. Who's going to go to 25 first? These two stocks are almost within $1 of each other. Can you believe it? Unreal. One is performing beautifully, and one is not performing beautifully, and I'm waiting for it to get off its ass and get going. That being GameStop. Legacy, good morning all. Charlie, hey, good to see SoFi back over 22 this morning. Charlie, good morning, everybody. Charlie, number 37. Rasman, good evening and good morning to all of you out there. Eddie Martin, hello. Larry Titus. Where's Bruce? Eddie wants to know. Charlie, the man. Well, I did it. I started throwing my 10% of my option premium into ULTY. Jeff, good morning all. Hector, good morning. Stuart, number 44, thumbs up today, said I am into MSTY. David R., is your show starting on time on Thursday? I'd like to say goodbye. Well, next week, Thursday, I should be, I'll do the best I can to start on time. Every once in a while, I gotta throw another pot of coffee in the coffee maker and top this thing up to kind of make it through the show. So I'm not yawning at you. So, give me a minute or two every day. Help me out. Cindy, hey, sorry to see you go. RCAT might be a good investment for you in the future. One, I'm number 57 on this thumbs up meter of yours, Bruce. David, why MSTY instead of SCHD? Dave wants to know. Bagel Babe, I'm so excited for this new format. I am stoked. I'm stoked about this new format. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to saying to you, I just wrote these contracts. I just did this on this. I just did this on that. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Or I'm making this move now because I believe between now and 2 weeks from now, these developments are taking place. And I want to be positioned in these contracts at these prices with these strikes, with these expiries. Here's what I'm doing. You can follow me if you want, but here's how I'm doing it. And I'll let you know how it works out. Well, I'm excited about that. Zed, hey, I've been a member for 43 months. This will be our last super chat, 43-month gold. My goodness. Bagel, I will miss you live, but I can't wait to learn how you think when you're opening and managing and closing trades. There you go, Richard Vaughn. Good morning. Murray, good morning and evening, everybody. I believe from Tokyo here. Keep an eye out for Japanese bond yields after the government lost the upper house elections. U.S. bonds could also raise should Japanese bonds rise. Yes, That's true. Richard Vaughn, number 66. Aurora, I've been a member for 49 months. Thank you so much, all of you who've been here through the whole run since 2021. Love it. B. Tizzle, good morning, y'all. David, bell notification is on. There it is. Margin called. Good morning. Bagel Babe, Nighthawk. Charlie C2, welcome. Nighthawk. Juan, JV, good morning. Tony, welcome to the party, pal. Sean, afternoon from Scotland. Good morning, everybody else. Rock and roll, Sean. Thank you. Welcome, sir. The man, I like ULTY over MSTY just because they write options on multiple stocks instead of just one, a little more diversified. Does that MSTY is attached? MSTR is attached to Bitcoin to 200,000 easy. There you go. The man, my Roth IRA, I added MSTY and ULTY small positions, and I will let the distributions drip its way to freedom. Okay. James the Misty Tree, good morning. Lucky 79. The man, Uncle Bruce, will you have consistent video times, like at least once a week where you get on the same time, or it'll be completely random? The man, I'm guessing, okay, I can't say guaranteed this. There will not be specific times that I do videos. There might be one in the morning every day, sometime in the morning. There might be one in the afternoon. Sometimes there'll be a third, or the only video will come out at night after the market is over. It all varies. It all depends on the day, what I'm doing, where I'm physically at. Am I on a bullet train in Japan going somewhere? Am I in the air flying from one place to another? So, you got to kind of just go with me on this. I think maybe every Friday, a recap of your trades or something like that. I don't anticipate doing one video a week. No, I'm anticipating a video a day because I am not afraid to sit in my hotel room, pop up this machine, set it to recording, and then talk for 10, 20 minutes. Because I'll have my notes made out as to what I want to let you in on. And I may well have 5 or 10 or 20 illustrations that I've downloaded that I'm going to show you while I'm yapping. So at least you have something else to look at rather than just this face. And it might be an option chart. It might be a stock chart. It might be a headline of an article that caught my eye, or who knows. And how it changes, I don't know. From physical locations to the European time zone location, and then back to here. You got to go with me on this. It's all good. Zed sold 4 GameStop $40 strike expiring Jan 26. Cash ticket puts for $18 premium. Took all the premium, and I bought MSTY. JV, if I'm not mistaken, SoFi announces that we can do cash secured puts on the platform now. Has anyone heard about this? Does anyone know anything about that? Jimmy, YMAX and ULTY compounding machines. Cindy, that's so good to hear. Would love to see you daily. Zed, Uncle Bruce, will you make a guest appearance on Savage's channel? No guarantees, no nothing. I have no idea. Jimmy, what does YMAX write on? Again, I don't know these questions of some of these. You'll have to help me with that. Has anyone heard anything on this SoFi? David R., no options of any type on SoFi app. I just checked. I don't know if there's an announcement anywhere. JV, where have you heard this? Others will check it out if you give us some hints. 2205 on SoFi this morning, up 24 cents. We've still got a ways to go before we open today, 50 minutes. So we'll see how the shares do by the time we get there. Look, my headline today, have you seen the headline today? It says here, why taking a 20 to 40% cash premium to write cash secured puts is a good idea today. And you might be asking yourself, where can I get this kinds of premiums? Where can I get 20 to 40% on my money writing cash secured puts? I got to tell you guys, couple of things. I had the pleasure this past weekend, between Friday and Saturday and yesterday, I had the distinct pleasure of spending time doing some one-on-one sessions with some of you out there. And what I find is it's fascinating to me to do these, because it shows me what you are up to, what some of you are up to. And it is a reflection of what I have been telling you, what I think and where I think you should be. It's amazing it's flattering to have someone say to me, okay, well, here's what I'm doing. I did this, I've got this, I've got that, and I'm doing that, And then I write this down or look it over and I go, okay, well, I can understand why you're doing this. And this looks pretty familiar to me. I've seen other my viewers doing this too. And in some cases, I'll talk to viewers who will tell me what they're doing. And I'll think to myself, what in God's name is going on here? Because I have to remind myself, this is a reminder to me that not all of you are, well, none of you are in exactly the same place as the other. You're all in a different world. You're like cats. You're not a flock of sheep. You're cats, and I'm trying to herd cats. So I do get viewers who will tell me what they're up to, show me their account positions and stuff, and I'll go, okay, well, that's pretty familiar. You're not the only one doing this. Yep. And then I'll look the account over and realize you could perform better if you did this, or you could enhance your cash in if you were to do that. If you make these adjustments here, I think it will bring your account up to a 98% efficiency rating, because right now you're at 58% or 63%, whatever the number is. I don't have a chart. I just estimate in my mind, looking at what you've got and the way you've got your account set up, you're at 65% efficiency. You're leaving 35% upside on the table. And it might require you to make a few changes to your portfolio that you don't want to make for whatever stupid reason or legitimate reason you have. You need to make these changes to clean up and rev up your account to what it can really be doing. And some of you don't do it. You'll listen to me and you go, thank you. I really appreciate it. And then we say our goodbyes after our session and you don't do a damn thing. Others of you, the minute you get the chance, you make the moves because you're going, he's right. Oh my God, yeah. Just paid this guy $500 for an hour of his time. Gave me an hour and a half, but it's supposed to be an hour. Thank you, Bruce. And he just showed me how to make $40,000 more in my account. If I make these moves, I've just added $40,000 cash into my account. Why wouldn't I do that? You say to yourselves. Many of you do that. Some of you talk to me, show me what you're doing, and I ask myself, well, I don't even know. I don't understand what you're doing. Or I'm looking at accounts that have no resemblance to what we're talking about here. And I get it. I understand why. Because there are some of you here who've only just found me in the last few months, few weeks, the last quarter, maybe in the last year or two, and you're not yet an option writer, or you just haven't committed yet, or you're thinking of it, or you are ready to become an option writer, but before you begin, you want to talk to me one-on-one so that I understand where you are at. Where are you at mentally? Where have you been in your investment life up to now? There are scars in your account that you are still trying to recover from. I get it. Hey, I'm a former stockbroker. I've seen it all. I have seen clients. I have seen potential clients that I've attempted to, become a broker for, who will show me their accounts, and I'll look at those accounts and go, well, you don't need me for any advice. You're doing a hell of a job with your investments. It was few and far between, I'll tell you that. But I did have obviously the other side of it, where people will come to me going, I think I'm doing really well. Here's what I've got. And then I look at what they have and I go, my God, you are risking all this capital on, these different positions, none of which have a hope in hell of ever delivering solid results because they're so speculative. Again, it runs the gamut. It goes from 0 to 100 and everywhere in between. And so I have to attempt to understand your situation, your family, your life, your career, your age, your demographic, your everything, and with your investment, and now come up with a plan. And today, the headline says, why taking a 20 to 40% cash premium to write cash secured puts is a good idea today. Well, one of the reasons why it's a damn good idea to be doing cash secured puts right now is because you may have noticed the markets are just about at all-time record highs. Okay. We're not at all-time record lows. We're not in the middle of a crash. We're not in the middle of a recession. We're not entering a recession at this point in time. From what we are told, there are headwinds out there and there are problems out there. I keep bringing them up. But at the moment, the market, the stock market, is euphoric and is doing great, or at least it seems to be. It looks like it's doing great. But then we dig into the market a bit. And if you're here, you know we dig into the market a lot. And you notice, and you know, seven stocks run the world. They run half the markets. 7 stocks, the Magnificent Seven. They dominate every index. They dominate the Dow, they dominate the S&P 500, they dominate the NASDAQ, okay? Now, the Russell 2000, those small cap stocks, you add them all up, all Russell 2000s, and calculate the market cap of every one of those 2,000 shares, those companies. Put them all together in one total amount of money, it doesn't equal NVIDIA. NVIDIA is larger than the entire Russell 2000. How skewed is this market? It's screwed up. It is way off whack. But you try to tell a majority of the gamblers out there not to buy NVIDIA and listen to their reaction to you. Not going to be pleasant. They're going to go, hey, I'm into a $4 trillion company because it's a solid company. It's a growing company. They're making a lot of money. They've got all these back orders for their chips. Why would I sell this stock? It's $170, $4 trillion company. I'm not going to give it up. Why would I put money into these Russell 2000s that don't even come out to $4 trillion collectively? I'd rather do this. Or I'll buy company number 2 in the Magnificent Seven, company number 3, company number 4. There's all 7 of them. And this is where the 7 Magnificent Seven stocks dominate, 53% of the S&P 500's value? So when the S&P 500 moves up or down, look at those 7 stocks and you'll go, oh, well, I can see why the S&P is up today. 6 of the 7 Magnificent Seven stocks are higher. They're moving them. That's half the market right there. True. But that's nothing to do with today's headline. Today's headline is why taking 20 to 40% is a good idea right now. It's a good idea right now because there are headwinds in front of the Magnificent Seven, along with everybody else, ahead of you, ahead of every corporation in America, every person in America, Canada, England, elsewhere, but in America in particular, because I'm talking about the U.S. stock market here, the headwinds are multiple. A multitude of headwinds. Tariff uncertainty. Well, Taco Boy, August 1 is a big day. Is he going to hold the line and 35% tariffs start on August 1? Is that a line in the sand that will not be breached? Countries don't seem to want to make a deal with these guys. There's a problem. What about the bond market and the spending of the U.S. government? That big, fat, beautiful bill got passed, which guarantees the United States of America will owe $4+ trillion more to the world in the next 5, 6, 7 years. So there's a problem there. That's a problem because the bond market has to find $4 trillion out of other investments to buy these bonds that America is going to want to sell. America is coming to the bond market to sell $4 trillion more of bonds on top of the 30 trillion that's out there now, or 20 trillion, or whatever that damn number is. This is being added to that. So all the old bonds keep getting rolled over. We borrowed $1 billion from you guys 30 years ago. We got to roll that 30 billion over because we've only been paying interest on it. We're going to roll that over to another trillion or whatever the number is, billion. But we're going to add another 500 billion to that or 500 million to that. We're going to make it a Instead of a $1 billion note, we'll make it a $1.5 billion note, because we need the other 500 to pay the interest on all these bonds that every quarter need money. And we need more money for our deficits, because we keep spending more money than we bring in. Billionaires don't pay as much as they could. Okay, the bond market will eventually go, we can't eat all this stuff anymore. We can't take these bonds off of you guys at 4 or 5%. We've gone to our clients that have cash to invest for the next 10, 20, 30 years. They want 6% interest. They want 7. They want 8. They want higher yields, because they're worried that you're borrowing too much too quickly, and your economy could be in a bit of a wonky trouble here. You're competing with businesses to borrow money, because we can lend money to you, the government, or we could lend money to businesses. Businesses are paying us 10% interest. You're only paying us 5. You got to now pay us 7. I know you're in the United States and you're good for it, but you can't get interest payments from us at half of what we can get elsewhere. So more. Well, that means every American taxpayer has a bigger IOU on their butt. 20 to 40% premiums. There's a reason you want to take this money right now. These headwinds are anti-market headwinds. These are not good for the stock market. Higher tariffs, not good. Higher expenses from inflation and whatnot, not good. Higher bond needs for the United States government, that's not good. That's money out of private enterprise into government. That's not good. Politicians know this is not good, but they want to get reelected. So they want to go to you in your home district and say, I, as a representative of yours, have passed legislation in Washington that is good for you more than is bad for you. Reelect me. I'm your guy. Because if you reelect the other person, that person might put in bills that might not make you so happy. Hopefully you're happy with what I've delivered. The problem is many Americans are not happy with the big, fat, beautiful bill. They don't like what that big, fat, beautiful bill has in it, because they read between the lines. This is short-term payoffs, bribes to the voters for long-term problems, massive debt increases. This is not good for stock markets. Stock markets trade on the future, what the future is going to look like. So, okay, is there going to be a recession? That's another issue. It just goes on and on. So what I'm saying to you is, you don't want to be holding stock right now. As high as they are and as great as they're doing, you don't want to be owning these guys. But yet, you would like to say to me, Bruce, look, the stocks that I have, like SoFi at $22 a share, I only paid $8, $10, $11, $12 a share for this stuff. I'm really liking this. And I'm going, I know, I'm liking it too. However, why don't you consider selling your shares at $22 and turning around and writing a $25 cash secured put, good for Jan 27, and taking $750 in cash for each of those contracts, and adding that all into your account. In other words, instead of holding a $22 stock in your account, why don't you hold $28 worth of cash in your account, or whatever that number is, and earn interest on that cash in the meantime? And so if the shares keep going up, you're not missing anything. Why? Because the higher the shares go to 24, 25, 26, the lower the puts go. They drop in value. You sold them up here. You got $750 for these. They go down to $350. You're a happy camper. You're going, yeah, I got $750 for these puts in cash. I can buy them back for $350 each. And I could turn right around and sell $30 puts. Instead of these 25s, I'll sell 30s for Jan 27. And I'll get $3 more again. I'll get $750 for those. $7.50, $8, something like that. I'll bring in more money again into my account. And that means I get more interest, more daily interest coming into my hands as well. This is a win-win scenario because the stock keeps going up. If the stock stays here between 20 and 22, 23, it doesn't go anywhere now for, say, 6 months. 6 months, it doesn't do anything. It varies, but it just, false alarms for going up, false alarms for going down. It just sits around $22. You're a happy camper because the contract you sold for Jan 27 6 months from now has lost 6 months of its existence. It expires Jan 27, no matter what the market does in the meantime. And if 6 months goes by, and it's now January 2026, February 2026, and you're sitting on January 27 contracts, you have contracts that have less than a year to live now instead of a year and 5 months, which means they are shrinking in value. Their premium value is shrinking because time is premium, and time is shrinking to zero. Those contracts will only trade at the end of their life at their actual book value, if there is any book value. So if the shares are $23, January 2027, get a $23 stock, you get a $25 put contract, your put is trading at $2. You got $7.50 for it. $550 a contract is yours. You've been earning interest on all this money the entire time you've been sitting here with your arms folded. And you have this opportunity now to go, well, I could just buy back these puts for $2, and I can write January 28th or January 29s for $7.50 again, and add $550 a contract, $550 for every contract back on top of your account balance, and earn interest on that. That's getting a raise. I don't think you're going to wait till January 2027 to do this. Just like many of you have not had to wait until January 2026 with all those Jan 26 $20 puts you wrote here starting last year, November and December. Many of you were reluctant, very reluctant to write Jan 26 contracts back in January or December, 7-8 months ago. You didn't want to do it, but you did it. You listened to me, and I finally ground you down, and you did it. And you took in your $8 a contract, or $8.25 or whatever you got. You took in that cash, and you're looking at those contracts now, and they're trading at $2-something, $2.40, $2.50, $2.60, and you're going, they're worthless. Those are $20 puts. The stock's at $22. They have no book value. They only have time value, and the time value at $2.30, $2.40, $2.50 is a 5-month time value, because in January, 5 months from now, the contracts expire. They will be worthless. They will be worth nothing at the end in January of 26 because the stock is ahead of the contract. So right now, you can roll over your Jan 26 20s to Jan 27 25s right now for $5.50 more per contract. That's another good reason to do what you're doing. If you're sitting on any cash right now, or you're sitting on stock, let's say you own ASTS. It's been a hell of a run on this stock. ASTS shares have had a wonderful time in the last few weeks, months. We're sitting right now at, and I get it to pop up on my computer. Here it is, $58.90, $58.90, and the all-time high, $58.08. That was Friday. $58.90. It's another new all-time high. We've already broken into 60 this morning. This is a perfect stock to sell. Perfect stock. Perfect time. This is a perfect time to turn around and write a cash secured put on ASTS. And I'm looking at, say, January 2026s, which are 5 months from now. This is not very long. As of Friday night, at the end of the day, if you were to write a $50 put contract on ASTS, you would have been paid about $9.75 a contract for a $50 put. That's now almost $9 out of the money, by the way. So you're willing to buy the stock for $50 if you collect $9.70 up front. Let's round that up to $10. You get paid $10 to write a 50, which means you're net paying $40 to buy back your ASTS. That's the contract you're willing to enter into for 5 months. You know what? That $50 contract, you know how much it's worth in book value right now? $0. It's worth nothing. If you pull in $10 to write a $50 contract, you put up $5,000 to get $1,000 back. You just got yourself 20% cash for a worthless put contract. Now, there's a trick here. There's always a catch, you know. They always say, Bruce, what's the catch? There's a catch. Yeah. The catch is that ASTS comes back down in price. Comes down to $50. Goes down to $48. It goes under 50, which is where your contract is based. And you get a notification from your stockbroker that you just bought ASTS at $50 a share. It's trading at 48. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go, yay, this is great. I get to keep that $10 they gave me for that contract. That's mine now. That's all mine. I had the $5,000 in the account to buy these 100 shares for $50 each. You can take it. Go ahead. So the stock's only worth $4,800, and you just took $5 out of my account. But wait a minute, I got this $1,000 over here. I got by writing these puts. I'm up $800 by letting my contract get exercised. I made $800 a contract. How many did I write, by the way? You know what you do now? You sell those shares at $48 immediately. Sell them. Take it $4,800. And what are you going to do now? You're going to write a $45 cash secured put for 6 months or 5 months, which means you're going to write one for like next June, something like that. Guess how much you're going to get for that? $10, which means you're willing to pay $35 to buy it again. You already paid 50, net 40, sold them at 48, and now you're writing 45s to pay 35 net. Let the stock go down to $38 a share, and you get exercise. These are problems you need. Thank you very much is what you're going to say. Welcome to the party, pal. Put contracts where you can make a fortune around here. Look, if the stock wants to go to $70 and you had 100 shares and you went, oh, Bruce, you told me to sell those suckers at $59 and write that damn contract, and now the stock went up to $70. Thanks a lot, Uncle Bruce. And I'm going to say, what are you crying about? The $10 you just got for that put contract with the stock now at 70, that put contract is now out of the money by $20. It's a $50 contract. No one is going to sell you stock at $50 a share if it's trading at 70. Those puts are going to be trading at $2. You're going to buy those back. Take your $8 profit on that contract, which means your $50 stock is now worth $58 net to you, right? Okay, all right. You sold them at almost $60, and then you added $8 and get you that's $68. Okay, they're trading at 70. You're now going to write $60 cash secured puts for $10 for 6 months out, and you're going to add that to your balance. So now you've just gone from $68 in value to 78, and it's trading at 70. You're still ahead of the stock, even though it went up on you. This is where you win when the stock wins, and you win when the stock backs off, and you win when the stock does nothing. Why do people not leave this channel once they get in here? Why is it that they become option writers and then they don't go away? That's because they're making money, baby. That's what we're talking about here. You do 10 of these, you can do 10 of these contracts. Have you got 50 grand sitting there making you 3% interest right now? Why don't you write 10 $50 ASTS cash secured puts for Jan 26? Bring in, what is it, probably $10 a contract. You'll put up 50 to get 10 back immediately. 20% on your money now. Now you're sitting on $60,000 in cash, and you're earning interest on $60,000. Put it into BIL ETFs, or if you're at Fidelity, you get 4% interest anyway. But you're going to get 4.5% if you put them into BILs, and 4% yield on $60,000 is $2,400 a year, $200 a month interest to do this. You're collecting $200 a month interest to do nothing. Wait for the contract to die. It's only got 5 months. If in 5 months this contract is purchased at $2 and you roll into another one for 10, you'll have made 8 on the first one, brought in 10 more. That's $18 a share has been brought in by you, and you're hauling in interest now on $70,000. That's your first year doing this. So you've taken your account worth $50,000 and turned it into $70,000 in the first, not even first year, and that is a 40% increase in the value of your account while all your friends and relatives who don't believe in options, don't understand them, and never will, think you're crazy writing options, are getting 3% on their money. You're up 40. What are you going to do the year after that? The second year, you're going to make 40% from 70. That's 28,000 more. You just popped your account to 100 grand. You're now hauling an interest of 4,000 a year at 4%. Your interest payments are $330 a month instead of 200 to do nothing. Hello. Can you make 40% on 100,000 the year after? You pop it to 140,000. In your third year, you have $140,000. You started with, what did I say, 50 grand? And in 3 years, it's 140. You can think of retiring. You can now begin to understand at age 42, I do this for the next 13 years. Oh, that's how I'm going to retire. Yeah, 40% per annum growth, and I'm being conservative here. I really am. Yeah, you will retire. And you will retire a lot earlier than you're going to retire now because your employer is putting your money to work for you through their advisors. You're getting 4, 6, 7% a year. I don't know how you're going to retire. I don't know how that's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the program. I'm glad you're with me this morning. What's happening, Therm? What's the new format? Oh, my God. One, semiconductor stocks are making up 11% of the S&P market. ALA, 99 thumbs up. Robert, 99 thumbs up for me, too. Uncle Bruce, Auntie Jen, good morning, all of you. I'm in the house. Robert, Mailhout, maybe 100 thumbs up. Brian, I could be 103. Charlie, my bro wrote $45 ASTS 2 weeks ago for Jan 26, and he got $11.40 a contract. He is very, very happy right now. Yeah, they're trading at under 10. Giddy up. Yeah, the stock topped out at 53. It's at 50 now. Doesn't matter. He's winning anyway. Yes, Charlie. Well, welcome him to the party. Yeah, Churchgrass. Good luck today, everybody. Tony, giddy up, man. 13 minutes to go, and we open for the day. Brian Uncleverse, I sold in HIMS June 26, $40 cash secured put for $9.40 last week. The stock's at 50 right now, and you got a $40 cash secured put written. No one is going to exercise your contract. Your contract is worthless, except for the time it has left to go, which is, 11 months? Nice going, pal. I'm sure it is shrinking wonderfully. Nice job. Would it have been smarter to do 45s or 50s? Look, if the stock wants to go to 55, 60, you'll move your 40 to 45 or 50. You'll move it anyway eventually, and you'll get that extra money then. So you'll go from 40 Junes to 45 Junes or 50 Junes. You're going to be just fine. Brian, ENPH has earnings tomorrow. Dude, I'm smiling. Brian, face up. Dude, excellent choice of emojis today. Welcome to the party, pals. I'm trying to tell you, kids, you can add 20 to 40% today to your account by selling stock and writing cash secured puts instead. And you can collect interest on all that cash right now on a daily basis, payable to you monthly. That is called your dividend. For those of you who want to be dividend investors, take interest from the U.S. government by doing BIL ETFs or sitting on a Fidelity, whatever account you have that pays you, or whatever broker you have. You may find that there are brokers that you're dealing with that offer you cash, daily interest on your cash balances through in-house ETFs that are tied to the treasury yields. Again, you got to do your homework on this stuff. You're going to be an asset manager. You're going to become a full-timer. Do some homework. That's called working. This is a fun job. It pays very well. Why go to an office? Why go to a cubicle? Why go to a warehouse? Why work in a retail store? Why stand on your feet for someone for 8 hours a day? Are you nuts? No. Work for yourself. Make your money make you more money than you can make. Make your money make you more money than you can make with someone else. Because your money will work harder than you do. And your money will work just as hard in the first hour of the day and the last hour of the day. In your case, you run out of gas. We all do. We all get tired. And at the end of the day, we're just schlepping through life. Our money works just as hard in the middle of the night as it does in the middle of the day. Put your money to work at maximum efficiency. And if you can take put contracts that you've written, say you've written Rocket Lab $35 cash secured puts a month ago. Your job now is to roll those to $45. Your job is to bring in hundreds of dollars a contract times, I don't know how many contracts some of you are sitting on, theoretically, thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars today, right freaking now. You're underperforming. You're not at peak efficiency with your money. You're not letting your money work hard enough for you. You're holding it up. There is no excuse for that. No, none whatsoever. If you can bring in several $1,000s today from different positions that you've rolled, that you had already existing, and you roll them all further along, further out in time, higher in strike, you bring in a whack of dough, you can now write additional cash secured puts on existing positions you have or new positions to bring in further dough. In other words, money on the money, compounding your return. I am trying to grab some of you folks by the nose with that ring you got in there, and I'm pulling on it to get you to maximum efficiency. I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh yeah, I wrote this cash secured put for $7, and it's down to $1.13, and all I need to do is wait 90 more days to get that last $1.13, and they'll be worthless. I'm a winner." Where you could be buying that stupid put back now with an 80% profit margin you're sitting on, whatever that is. I'm frothing at the mouth. I'm so excited. And you can turn around and write a brand new put contract, good for Jan 26, June 26, Jan 27, June 27, whatever you want, and bring in thousands of dollars on a $7, $8, $9 contract right now. Get rid of those $1.17 contracts, those $1.58 contracts, those 192 and replace them with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $13 put contracts. And if in the next 30 days a $13 put goes to $9, that is $4 a contract to you. Where the other one went from 113 to 80 cents. Whoop-de freaking do. You made 30 cents versus $4. What are you here for? A good time? Are you here just to kind of pat yourself on the back that, oh yeah, I'm going to let my contract be zero. I'm a hero. No, you're not a hero. You're here to make money. Okay? We can be friends, but I want you to make money because you only do this once. I can't give you the last 3 months back in time. I can't give you 3 more months after the 3 months you're going to use up right now in your life. The next 90 days, we're all 90 days older, and we can't go back. Make these next 90 days pay you the maximum you can get out of your money. This is what the pros are doing in New York. They fire option writers that make them money because there are other option writers that make them more money. There are option writers in New York who are panicking every day they go to the office, panicking because they're making money for their boss, but not the maximum amount of money they could be making for their boss. They know it. They screwed up a trade last week. They didn't do a rollover 3 weeks ago. They ignored whatever signs they had. I don't know. They're constantly worried that their managers and their managers' computers, the AI intelligent computers that these managers are utilizing to measure the performance of their option writers, they're worried that these are going to get them fired from their $1 million a year job. We're not talking $50,000 a year schleps in Wall Street here. We're talking very, very successful people making serious money and who could be making much more serious money if they don't screw it up. For some of you out there, you want to quit your day job. You've fantasized about it. You've thought about it. You've talked about it with your significant other. You've dreamt about, I can't wait to quit my day job. But you haven't done it yet. And the reason you haven't done it is because you're not maximizing the return of your account. If you improve your efficiency of trading by 30%, that could be the line you've crossed into freedom, where all of a sudden everything changes. Instead of giving 50 hours a week of my life to my employer, 10 hours of commute time, 40 hours of work time, that's 50 hours of awake time. When you're conscious, you've just taken that back into your possession. You're now putting that towards your money management and your life management. And maybe it's going to be a major change in your diet. Maybe it's a major change in your physical activity levels. Maybe it's because you and your dog are going to take 2 walks a day now. You're going to go to the gym every day now. You're going to, in the next 3 months, you're going to travel. You're not traveling for a 1-week trip somewhere. You're traveling for a year, 6 months. You're going to do what Uncle Bruce wants to do. You want to go around the world and trade around the world your account, because you don't have a day job telling you what to do and when to do it. You have the market, and you will adapt to the market wherever you want to go to. This is the world available to you. Does that turn you on more than being in a cubicle? I don't know. Just a guy in front of a computer asking simple questions. And we got 5 minutes to go before we open. That is also simple. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. What else is going on here? Brian, what are your thoughts on GameStop basically being flat for 5-6 weeks while the market continues to pump to all-time highs? Did you watch the 2 Ryan Cohen interviews? Are you still bullish? I have 2,375 shares. I'm very excited about the future of the company. I'm very excited about Ryan Cohen's vision for the company. I'm very supportive of it. I think he's on the right track. But I don't think you should be holding 2,375 shares if you don't have to be. If you could be theoretically writing cash secured puts instead of sitting on the stock, I'd rather you do that, because you would be hauling in interest on the value of the stock plus the premiums you're getting for the contracts, instead of holding 2,375 shares and getting nothing while you're waiting for something to happen. Now, if you've written call options against these and are writing call options on these, good move. Write 25s for January 26. Write 25s for Jan 27. Write calls. Sure. You can write calls for a month or 2 or 3, but you're not going to get dollars. You'll get pennies. But hey, I'd be bringing in money. Absolutely, I'd be bringing in money. If the stock goes up, great. If the stock goes up, your shares are worth more. Your contracts will go up in value. Yeah, but they'll lose value because of time. Yeah. You'll do rollovers. Yeah. You'll be fine. Trying to get to 2,500 with these cheap prices. Again, you can play that game, or you can play the other game, and that is sell the stock, write cash secured puts, and the money you bring in lets you write more cash secured puts. You can play that game. Rasman and Mitch is a robot stuck on repeat. I have no idea what's going on here. Bobby, that's the truth. I run out of energy at the punch clock each morning here. JJ, who told you that I have a nose ring, Uncle B? My photo doesn't show this. Stephen, September 3/29, the market hit all-time highs. October of that year was not that so good. I'm sure the market was giving a passing grade to the administration back then until it got into October. Brian, with your rant this morning, I'm thinking about rolling my GameStop Jan 26 25s, 24s and 23 cash secured puts to June 25 cash secured puts. Should be able to bring in like $3 more cash per contract. That adds up to a lot of money. Third, Fidelity doesn't offer interest on cash held as collateral for cash secured puts. We should stop saying that. Again, some of you are getting this. I'm just, I'm not the gospel on this. I'm telling you what I'm reading. Some are saying yes, some are saying no. Figure it out. Do some homework and research and figure this out. There are people here who are buying BIL ETFs and hauling in all kinds of interest. So I don't know. I'm just a guy. Brian, anyone into Oscar? Last week I wrote 5 cash secured puts, August 15 12s for 130 stocks at 13.50. And here it is. Thorm says they only offer interest on uninvested cash. Mike, yes they do, says Mike. There you go. Smart. I'm now in my 2nd week in Poland. Rock and roll, pal. Welcome all. Mike, cash secured put money is held in SPAX, SPAXX, which collects interest, says Mike H. There it is. Be the casino. Brian, I have a cash secured put on Oscar for 13/12 expiring this week. Giddy up. Mitch, you can buy calls and puts in SoFi Invest. Okay. Cindy, I'm into poor man cover calls in GameStop, waiting for my longs to break even. I gotcha. Let's see. Mike H, current yield 4.31%. Therm, this is interesting. All cash should be SPAX, SPAXX. Cash secured puts or not. Okay. And the man says, Therm, my Fidelity pays interest on cash reserved. I would call Fidelity on this. My cash reserves are paying. Therm, you have to have your money held in their funds, FDZXX or SPAX, SPAXX. I don't know if you need a certain kind of an account either. Do you need a margin account? What? I don't know. You guys figure this one out. Larry has figured something out. Bruce, the market is open, and I'm ringing the bells, and we're going to make money now. So it's another day of option writers getting richer while everyone else is gambling out there. Welcome to the party. ALA, thank you for the knee emojis. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Welcome to the party, pals. We're going to find out what this market wants to do here to start the week, and let's see what happens. I know what I want. I want you guys to get richer no matter what you do. I want you to get maximum returns on your money. I do not want to see 40, 50, 60% efficiency in your accounts. I want to see maximum. And I would really rather you don't own stock, just write cash secured puts wherever you can. That's what you want to be doing. For some of you, I don't know. Maybe you can do cash secured puts with your 401k money, your IRA money. I don't know about RSPs in Canada. You've got to do some research on this. Maybe call your broker, find out if you can do that. And if you can, great, take advantage of it. You've got to get off your butts to make this work, kids. I can only give you the overall advice, but the nickel and dime stuff comes to you. Off to you. You got to want it bad enough. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for joining me. 290 people are here. Holy crap. I haven't talked to 290 people in quite some time. Nice to have you here. Please say hi if you can. But we're going to go member only comment in just a minute. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're up 81, I think, on the Dow to start the day. We're up 7 on the S&P, maybe 8. And NASDAQ looks to be up about 15 to 16 points. Crude oil down 32 cents a barrel at the moment. Let me get this refreshed here. Let me get my whole screen refreshed so that I don't misquote you guys. I don't want to mislead you. Yeah, 81 point gain on the Dow, 15 on S&P, 70 on NASDAQ. All right, now I see it. Okay, VIX is up 51. That's actually negative. And oil down 34 cents a barrel at $67. Robert is saying hi. Brian is saying Rocket Lab down 3%, looking for stocks to write cash secured puts on. Mike, mine is a margin account, but it shouldn't matter. There you go. Again, you've done your work. You're doing your thing. Those of you getting interest from Fidelity, you know you're right. You're getting interest from Fidelity. Those of you who aren't getting it, there's something you're not doing. I don't know what that something is. Maybe a viewer is helping you here. Maybe it's up to you to make a phone call to those guys just to find out, hey, I know a guy who gets interest on his cash balances. I'm not. What am I doing wrong? And let them look into your account. I don't know. Time for an investigative thing here. Welcome all to the party, guys. Thank you all for joining us this morning from wherever you folks are. Thank you again for following me every day. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, well, we're down 189 on Rocket Lab at 49.50. End of the world? No. SoFi down. Is it down 30 cents at 21.51? Is that accurate? Was at 22 this morning in the pre-market. Again, sometimes you can't trust or can't believe pre-markets. I don't know. We see what we see. We got what we got. SoFi 21.56 down 25. Got to 21.46. It's traded $3 million on the opening. Was someone sold out this morning? I don't know. You let me. We'll see what happens. Let's give it another 10 minutes. GameStop down 15. The Qs are up 181 at 563.08. The micro strategies are up $8 at 431.30. Spires at 12.56, up 30. We got Smart Rent up a couple of cents at 98. Apple up 116. Tesla is up 420. Make that 395 now on Tesla. We're up 104 on Apple, up 395 on Tesla. We're down 294 on Microsoft. These are changing all the time. Google up 278. Amazon up 33 cents. Nvidia down 39 cents. Meta up 750. Super Microcomputer up 84. ASTS up 20. C3 AI Inc. up 43 cents. Palantir down 64. Unity down 14. Goldman down 67 cents. Cisco down 19. The Spiders are up 149. Netflix is up 368, 12.12. What did that lose? $60 on Friday or something like that? Pfizer up 4 cents. Kathy Wood's ARC Innovations at just about new record highs, 78.18 up 55. Her highs are 78.89. IBM down 30 cents. Uber up 128. HPQ up a nickel. Home Depot up 182. Vanek up 119. Adobe down 44. And Enphase up 78 cents. There's a few quotes for you on the early morning. We're up 50 on the Dow now, 5 minutes in. Make it 63. We seem to be up 15.5 on S&P. We're up 75 on the NASDAQ. That's 1/3%. The VIX is up 49. Gold is up $38 an ounce. Oil down 27 cents a barrel in Texas. There you go. There's the story. I'm sticking to it. What are the tariffs going to do in 10 days or 11 days? I guess 11 days from now, it'll be August 1. What happens with tariffs on August 1? What happens with the interest rate program? What happens with bond yields? What happens with inflation expectations? What about unemployment? Is this tariff nightmare that is about to hit American importers really going to affect the earnings capacity and results for corporate America? What about financial results? We've got Google this week. We've got, I forgot who else is coming up. There's a bunch of companies coming up. And then next week, everybody is going to announce next week. We also know that on the 29th of July, in 8 days, SoFi releases their second quarter financials. So we're going to find out what SoFi is doing and how did they do in the second quarter. Did they beat the street as most of us expect they will have done? And if so, by how much? And will they refresh and re-update their numbers and say, okay, based on the first quarter and the second quarter, how we're doing and all the members we've added, here are our projections for the third quarter and the fourth quarter into next year. Does that tell us we've got a $25 to $30 stock price in our future? We're going to find out next Tuesday morning, pre-market. I'll be here with you next Tuesday morning. Let's see what happens. Thank you all for being here. What else? Tesla earnings July 23rd, says Lisa. And Bitcoin, $118,000 a coin. Why can't GameStop just move? Asks Blair. Chris, thanks for the inspiration. Kicked my money guy to the curb. 13 months later, I'm up 200%. I'm going to retire in September. I am the lurker of lurkers. There you go, my friend. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you for these comments and just saying hi to us and being part of the family. And congratulations, those of you who are making money out there. That's what I'm trying to do with this channel. I'm trying to figure out a way to help you make more dough. If I can just improve your efficiency at these record highs, I mean, the markets are at all-time record highs. If I can improve your efficiency, money-making efficiency by 20-30% from here, you guys are going to blow all your projections, your own personal projections, out of the water. You're going to blow the returns that you've been making out of the water with much higher returns. Because don't forget one thing. If you make 20% more money this year than you thought you're going to make, next year you're going to make a percentage return on all of the dough you have, including the added gains you just got, on a compounding basis. Think about the next 5 years. If you can, instead of generating, I don't know, a return of $40,000 a year in your account this year and make it $50,000 or $60,000, and you can compound these dollars the next 5 years at maximum efficiency, your end number at the end of 5 years won't be anywhere what you thought it was going to be. You thought it was going to be here. It is going to be here. 5 years of compounding returns at maximum. It's massive. Why do you think banks get richer all the time? Why do you think the billionaires get richer all the time? They're compounding money on top of the money they've got. I got to get you doing the same thing down here, wherever you are down here. You're a $20,000 investor, a $50,000, a $100,000, a $200,000, a $400,000, a $700,000, a $1 million investor, a 1.8, a 2 million, a 4 million. We got to get you guys generating dollars from here out, out, and out. And that makes it so easy for you to say to yourself, I'm quitting my job. I can't afford. I literally cannot afford to work for my employer because the amount of money they pay me at the end of the taxes I have to pay, at employee deductions, by the time my employer deducts all the deductions that have to come off from state, federal, and all these other deductions, what I'm left with for the amount of hours I'm putting in, and it's not the office hours. Forget that crap. Don't get bullshitted into that. Oh, you only work 37 hours a week. No, you don't. No. Now, you're putting in 50 hours a week for your employer. Maybe some of you are putting in 55 because of the amount of time it takes for you to get up in the morning with one mission. Get up to go to work. Get showered up, get cleaned up, get dressed up, get onto the bus, the subway, the train, car, subway, whatever, however it is you get there. All those costs to get to the office, to stay at the office, and then get back home. By the time you figure that out, and when you really have a minute of your quality time back, you figured out how many hours a day you really are working. Because that's unpaid hours that you're giving away to your employer. Unpaid. Your employer is benefiting from your brain power while you're getting to work and while you're getting back from work. Now you figure out, well, yeah, I only make so much money per hour. Or I make so much a day when I take all the deductions off. A typical 22 day a month work month. Here's how much I clear, net to me per work day. This is how much money I make. Now, ask yourself, how much can I make running my own money? Just doing cash secured put, just doing credit spreads, just doing covered call writing. How much can I make doing this? And I don't have to get out of bed and run to an office building. I don't have to commute anywhere. I'm running the market from the opening until the close. I might be involved with the market half an hour before the opening, and I'm done at 2 in the afternoon. I'm done with 3 hours to go. I'm already done for the day. Figure it out. This is a completely different life. This is a far more profitable life for you. And some of you out there, you know I'm right. You're making double right now, option writing, than you're getting paid at your office. And you think you're smarty. You're a smarty pants. You're not. You're actually probably able to make triple what you make at work if only you were working full time on your money. But because you give time to your employer, you're not as good a trader as you could be. And that actually is costing you money. And this is where the revelations come out all the time around here. Well, people go, you're right. I quit my job 3 months ago, and my returns on my account are 50% higher than they used to be, because I'm not missing stuff anymore. I'm seeing opportunity trades pop up all over the place. Yeah, that's right. And you have energy for you, energy for your money, energy for your future and your family time, kid time, couples time, exercise time, lower blood pressure, better quality food going into your body. I mean, the whole thing is just a massive investment in you. And you realize my employer is killing me. He's killing me. They love me, but they are killing me because I figured out the stress I'm under, the amount of hours I have to put in, the shitty food I eat, the lousy schedule I have, the garbage that I'm putting into my body, the obligations on my brain all the time. I'm out of shape. I'm overweight. I'm high blood pressure. I've got cholesterol issues. Just saying, if you can invest in you, you'll live longer, live healthier, live better, sleep better, feel better, and make more money. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy trying to help you. Welcome, everybody, to the program. Nice to have you around. Let's see what else is going on here. Are you going on tonight? I hope to, on TWB. I hope to go on tonight. Lisa, Tesla earnings July 23rd. Bitcoin 118. Yes, why can't it go? All right, moving on. Thank you. And Splair says, according to my eToro alert, Rocket Lab's up 51% in the last 11 days. Bagel Babe, since trying the call credit spreads, I definitely see how being at work takes away from potential profits. Mr. Lucky Go Around, good morning, 138. Henry, I just wrote cash secured put Rocket Lab $45, expiring Jan 15, 26, 5 months from now, for 809 from Vietnam, baby. Bringing in American dollars in Vietnam. That is pretty damn good. Well done, my friend. Mandu number 5, 139 on the thumbs up meter. Good morning, Bruce and everyone. Bagel Babe would be much more efficient if I could watch the market instead of limited orders to close or just trying to get in when I have a bathroom break. No question about it, Bagel Babe. Splair, Uncle Bruce, out of curiosity, have you thought already about a suitable broker for yourself? Yes, that's been done. Jen and I are working on that. Henry is smiling. Splair, I feel 90% of the stuff Uncle Bruce is mentioning when I have a full-time gig for a few months. I know what he's saying. He's totally true. Splair, Bagel Babe is figuring out why I dislike credit spreads even with a side gig. It's okay. Some it works, for some it doesn't. Welcome all to the program. We have we've been getting I got a thumbs up going, and I also have a question going right now. Question of the day. Pardon me. 209 of you have answered the question of the day. My accounts are up a certain percentage this year because I'm writing cash secured puts and I'm sitting on a bunch of cash. 28% of you are saying I'm up, but less than 10%. 36% of you are saying I am up between 10 and 25% so far this year. 19% of you, 1 in 5, 25 to 50% profits, and 17% of you are saying I'm up over 50% this year on my returns, Bruce. My accounts are up over 50% so far. This is July. I'm up over 50% already in July. Hello. There's what we're talking about. And 10 to 25% and over 25%. Oh, my God. Yeah. How many of you have got financial advisors making you this kind of money? Have any of you got people working for you that charge you 2% off your value of your account for their professional services? Are you getting 10, 15, 20% returns this year? I don't think so. I don't quite think so. We have 143 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. Keep them coming in, kids. Yeah, you got to do this yourself. You definitely have got to do this yourself. What else? James Mystery Tree, I did a retirement review 15 months ago. The meager amount my 401k was going to pay me was crazy low. And that was if I stayed working another 10 years. I quit and began managing that account myself. And there you are. Some of you right now have more than enough money in your 401ks, in your IRAs, your RSPs, your TFSAs, your savings, and or you have so much equity in your house that you could do either a second mortgage or you could do a equity line of credit on assets you have that would give you more capital than you need to set up your margin account with option writing capabilities. And you could haul in cash secured put income premiums that will cover your next 2 years living expenses right now. You could quit your day job right now and just live off of a fraction of the amount of money you can haul in just writing cash secured puts. I mean, my God. But you haven't investigated it. You haven't thought to look into it. You've got to really do some hard searches here of your positions. You've really got to sit down with your significant other and understand what it is you're sitting on. If you can bring in a 30% premium, writing cash secured puts that are good for 5 months to a year, you can bring in 35% cash on a cash secured put position. Or more than one, like maybe 5 different stocks collectively can bring you 30%, 35%, 40% yields. You got to think to yourself, how much of that can we live off of? Can I borrow against my 401k and have that cash into my margin account and write cash secured puts on that money at 30, 40% yields? And can I get a line of credit or an equity line of credit on my home for $50,000, $100,000, add that to my account, bring in 30, 40% on that. Collectively there, is that more than I'm getting paid at work? Some of you will be going, Uncle Bruce, this is insane. I can bring in I can bring in 20% every 6 months doing these positions, and I'm generating 60,000 every 6 months. That's 10,000 a month. Are you making 10,000 a month at work? You're not going to get taxed like you get taxed at work. At work you get taxed on the payroll deduction. If you don't have a payroll position, you don't get paid by anybody. You have a zero income. Now you bring in capital gain income from writing cash secured puts, bringing in interest income, which is income there. Your income to you is at a much lower tax rate. So the first 100,000 you generate, 150,000 generate, depending on where you live in America, Canada, you might find that your tax bill is half of what it is now for the first 100,000 you make at work, or 120,000, or whatever the hell it is, between you and your spouse. You've got to do this kind of financial planning. You might need to sit down with a tax professional and say, if I quit my job and I replaced my daily income, or my wife and I stopped working and had no jobs anymore, but we now did this and we're bringing in income of this level on a capital gain basis, what would be our tax position? And you may find, oh my God, we only need to make 2/3 of the amount of money in the market to net equal after tax what I'm making at my full-time job. I don't need to equal my job. I get paid 100 grand a year. I don't need to make 100 grand a year in the market to quit my day job. I need to make 65,000 in the market to quit my day job of $100,000 a year because of the taxes. Who are you working for? What are you working for? You may find that I'm just going to work on the side from home as a consultant. I'm going to work 10 hours a week as a consultant, $100 an hour, make $1,000 a week on the side. I make $4,000 a month over there. I make my market money over here. And I don't commute. I don't go to meetings. I schedule Zoom meetings after the market close or in the late afternoon when I don't trade anymore. When I feel like it. Take control of your life. Mr. Lucky, I'm helping my parents with a retirement account. In 1 week, I made them 10% return on their amount that they pitched in, and immediately called their financial advisor, and they fired him. I'm laughing my ass off. They let him go. Flint Creek, good morning all. Charlie, looks like the new highs on Qs. Juan, JM, I'm selling 400 GameStop shares today at an $1,100 loss. With that capital, I'm writing three $30 cash secured puts for around $870. That will be around $1,600 in premium. And I won't be holding the shares. There you go. You give up $1,100 to bring in $1,600 on the first right, and now the next right will be all yours. Welcome to the other side of the market. James, I took some Uncle Bruce classes. I did a one-on-one. I now make more money than my job used to pay. And I'm still new at this with lots to learn. The man, Juan, could you not just write covered calls on those shares, get enough premium to write cash secured puts? I think he's doing much better writing cash secured puts. Plus now he's getting interest on his money. Hello, Mr. Lucky rolled my SoFi $25 covered calls for another week to bring in some bagel money. Wing Commander, morning number 138 on the thumbs up meter. I am a sad guy this morning, Meerkat. 2 weeks of Bruce left. What the hell am I supposed to do with my time starting the 1st of August? The Savage of Wall Street. Bruce, I have a legit question. For those that are thinking about leaving your day job to trade, how will they pay for their medical? Here in America, any medical procedure is expensive. The insurance is too. Yeah, look, I don't know where what state are you in? I have no idea. So that's all, 50 states, 50 different insurance plans. What a nightmare. You know what you got to do? You got to do some homework. You got to do some homework and figure this out. You got to figure out what insurance plans will cost you. Find out every possible scenario of coverage and see where this leads. Believe it or not, I mean, this is so out there. There are people out there, not necessarily my viewers, but they could well be my viewers. There are people out there in America who decided to stop everything, sell their possessions and their house, or get rid of their apartment, sell their car. Younger people, And they were nomads. They were working from home anyway. They're digital nomads. Or they became consultants to work anywhere they want on a laptop like this. And they decided to become slow travelers. They decided not to try to change residency and give up their American residency and all this stuff. They're just going to become slow travelers because they've given up all this worldly possessions. They're, these photo albums that you have, and grandma's blanket, and it's in storage, maybe with a relative, a friend, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a best friend, or a storage unit. But you're out of here. You're out. There are people from America who started their travels and they went to Asia, and they end up in Singapore for a week or two, and they end up going to Malaysia, which is across the border from Singapore. They go to Malaysia, to Kuala Lumpur, capital city of Malaysia, not far from Singapore. And they go to the medical center there, which is a campus. It's like a university campus. The hospital, operating theaters, physical therapy centers, everything. And they go for a full-blown medical review. And it runs them $400. Now, think about this. They're spending $400 to get an MRI, blood pressure, cholesterol tests, full body inspection, x-rays, endurance testing, cardiogram measurement, the whole thing, $400. And then they meet with a doctor as part of this package, a specialist in the field they need to talk to. The doctor might say, you have high cholesterol. We recommend these medications. Or your blood pressure is too high. I recommend that. There are Americans who buy health insurance when they leave the United States for the world, excluding the United States. In other words, they buy medical insurance where they can get coverage against any catastrophic condition, except for in America, because they're going to travel for a while, like a year or two. And so they're covered everywhere except in the USA at like $200 a month, $400 a month. Compare that to some of your existing expenses and copays. No deductibles. I mean, we're talking about a whole other world you don't know exists because you've been brainwashed to be an American. Canada, same thing. There are Canadians here who have health care from their provinces, and then we have supplemental health care. Canadians find that when they leave this country, they can acquire health insurance, medical insurance for such a low amount of money. And as long as they don't get treated in America or Canada, it's incredible. It is the wildest thing. Again, you have to do your homework. Savage, you're asking a legit question. And this can't be answered in 3 minutes, like I've just taken 5 or 8 to try to answer this question. But the world is out there. My God. Uncle Bruce, I sent you an email to join the Discord, by the way. Thank you in advance. LFG Open Door. Mitch, we're going to miss you, Uncle Bruce. Hug and kisses. Thank you. Brian, Uncle Bruce, if I sold all my shares, I would lose $3,700. I could write cash secured puts Jan 23, 2026 for $8,900. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Losing? You're losing to win. Yeah. And now you're going to collect interest on this money. Think about this. Between now and Jan 26 for 5 months, how much interest will that $8,900 give you, plus the money you got for the stock, even though at a loss? How much interest would that give you as well? So that by January, if you held until the end, let's just pretend you did. You're not going to, but let's say you did. How much interest will you collect? That's added to this game. Get out of the stock. Mr. Lucky Wing Commander Saga, join the Savage. Uncle Bruce, now it's Cousin Savage. Okay. Lucky, go around, Cuz Savage. Bagel Babe, my goal is to get a part-time or fully remote job that will cover medical but pays like half of what I make now and is less stressful, more do on your own time. I'm an accountant and you have opportunities. Good Lord, have you got opportunities as a consultant? Yes. Oh yes, you certainly do. Well, again, you Unless you investigate it, you'll never know. Unless you search for it, you'll never find it. Too many people in the world, and again, I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm just saying the way it is. Too many people out there are unwilling to even look at alternatives because they believe deeply that it's as good as it's going to get with what they've got. They've settled. They've settled. The world is changing every minute, every hour. AI is going to obliterate the world. It's going to obliterate careers. Your career, whatever your career is, whomever you are out there, might be gone in the next 1 to 5 years. All that time you put into the career, all that effort, you might be eliminated as a full-time employee by any firm you're thinking of working for, and your friends and relatives. You've got to find alternatives. And maybe the alternative is to be a consultant on the side. You're working for a big company now with all the benefits, and you change out that job to a job with either a small company, or you simply become a hired gun at an hourly rate, and you are committing a 10-hour a week, 15-hour a week commitment to a business or businesses. And that's where you charge consulting rates, which are double you per hour what you get now, minimum, which allows you to buy your own health care. I mean, if healthcare costs you $2,000 a month, and at work it's costing you $1,200, but on your own it's going to cost you $2,000 a month. But you can make double per hour what you're making now for 15, 20 hours a week. 20 hours a week means you make just as much money for like you did at work, except you're working half the time. Now, the insurance cost, is it the same or higher, or can it be lower? You've got to do your homework. I don't have the answer. Some of you might get triple your hourly rate. Some of you might be shocked that, well, I only get paid a salary which works out to so much an hour, but I'm told if I become a free agent consultant, I can get $150 an hour, which is 4 times what I get at work. And my health care would be just the same under a self-employment plan. You got to look, you got to dig this info out. Yes, Roaring T, don't know because ACA is all but gone now, isn't it, Savage? Bagel Babe, so do contract bookkeeping to cover medical and trade during market hours. There's that too. Also HSA. So there's so many potential ways of doing this. Do not think it's impossible, but you've got to look at the possibilities. You've got to experiment. You've got to investigate the possibilities. Mr. Lucky, Savage of Wall Street, opening up an LLC, you can have a medical insurance for a discount. And from what I read, it's a nice tax write-off. Still researching this, though. The man, Mr. Lucky, opening up an LLC is a huge tax benefit. Just make sure your LLC can show a profit loss statement every year. Lisa, Thailand is also very affordable for these full body checks. Lisa, I'm glad you mentioned it because I know I'm scratching the surface. I know it. It's globally fantastic. You can go to Kosovo, go to Croatia. You can go to so many other countries for healthcare, like really affordable, full-blown world-class healthcare. India, I'm nowhere near scratching the surface. Doug, I guess we're lucky in Canada. Universal healthcare for all doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, but our taxes are higher. There's only 40 million of us here. Look, there's advantages and disadvantages wherever you are. There's the UK National Service, and people bitch about that. The Canadian healthcare system, they bitch about that. The American healthcare system, they bitch about that, but they say it's the best in the world. Swiss are bitching, the French are bitching, the Germans are complaining. Stop listening to the crap and do your own research and make it work for you. That's the bottom line. Forget anyone else's situation. Anyway, the man, Mr. Lucky, I have a buddy that has an LLC for financial advice, and he just has 10, 15 friends pay him money. Then he gives them the money back under the table and does nothing for them. RT, you can self-pay for lab work now. It might be cheaper to even be a self-pay patient for some things. Even with ACA deductibles and copays are high, and they deny coverage. See, there's that. White Feather, I've been seriously considering starting an LLC to hold my trading account. The man, Mr. Lucky, it's probably illegal, but that's his gig. Savage says, that's a good idea. It all sounds great until it gets put to practice. I'm not saying it hasn't worked, but I have 3 young kids at home. I just can't pick up and leave. Not as simple as if I were 60. Totally, I totally get it. I'm with you. You might be better off with an LLC situation, and you employ your children up to $10,000 or $12,000 a year per child, and they don't have any deductions. They don't have any taxes to pay. But this is a deduction on your LLC. You and your wife, you're all employees of this company. That is the trading company, and you got to talk to an accountant. I mean, you can't talk to me about this. JV, they just increased my car insurance $1,000 before I was paying $500 every 6 months. I told them, I guess it's because I'm getting old. Shop around. Susan Shops, number 145. Mr. Lucky, the man. I'll let it slide, laughing out loud. Lisa, you guys could legally immigrate to countries that have universal free health care for citizens as well. RT, still got to be careful with wash sales. Again, there's a million things to investigate here. The man, Mr. Lucky, it works nicely. It's nice to go to Florida and have him pay for everything when he takes his clients on a trip. Roaring, you go live today. Savage of Wall Street question. JT, Uncle Bruce just wrote $41 cash secured put on ASTS for Jan 26th. I got 510. Thank you. Let's have another one of these. There you go. Austin, I never understood the workaholics whose whole life is attached to their job, long hours, thinking about work on vacations, especially supervisor positions. Thank you for opening my eyes early. Rock and roll, buddy. Roaring T, I think if you put money in a health savings account, it's deductible on taxes, maybe. It all depends on where you live, what you're doing. I don't know. Savage Wall Street, I really like this discussion. I have had this discussion with my wife. We live in California. We don't like what's happening to immigrants. If it gets worse, we'd move to Japan, Portugal, or Spain. There you go. Savage of Wall Street. Yes, guys, I will be going live after Uncle Bruce logs off today. Splair, I'm actually working to get into the social media management school, do the incredible amount of available remote work. And the school takes me only 2 months due to my Meta and YouTube experience. Right on. So you got a head start on a lot of people there. So Lisa, there's no lack of healthcare in the first world. It's simply unaffordable for many. There you go. Kent's mom, it's doable. We've never had any problems. Bagel Babe, I'm single as a Pringle with no kids, so that does make things more simple for me. Cindy, if you do an LLC, look into the mark-to-market no-wash sales. You need an accountant that can understand what you're doing, and you might have to do some searching to find the right one. I'm just saying. Remember, there are 250 people watching right now. There were 290 a little earlier today. There aren't 25,000 people watching here. Why? Because we're talking about option writing. Option writing is for a select series of investors that are thinking outside the normal investing box. You're not going to buy low and sell high on a stock. You're going to sell high for a contract and buy low. There are people who can't get that. They can't get it. There are accountants who can't understand this. So you've got to find the right tax advisor for your city, state, county, country. That's called work, but it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. Giddy up. Brian, Uncle Bruce, have you been watching Open? Nope. Volumes are insane. I have no time to watch stocks. I'm too busy talking to you guys. Right. I bought a call just for a lottery ticket. No, not financial advice, though. Cindy, I got a stock tax account. They specialize in how to form your LLC and if it's an S Corp, etc. So many options. You got a tax accountant. Right on. Roaring, how do you find a tax advisor who knows options? I don't know. Google search? I don't know. Sometimes some of you help yourself. Some of you help others of you because you're in the same state. And one of you are 5 steps ahead of someone else around here. And so you help yourself. Google search? Maybe Google searching. I don't know. I'm not sure. The man. RT, call any tax company, H&R Block, they will have one. Brian, my Oscar cash puts I sold on Friday are up 27% already. Brian, maybe buy back right now? Hey, 27%. Giddy up. We're up 130 on the Dow. We're up 32 on S&P. We're up 157 on NASDAQ. That is a 0.75% gain on NASDAQ so far, half a percent gain on S&P, and 0.25% on the Dow. That's what we have so far this morning. Are we in a rip-roaring, free, wide open, all-time record high, massive gain market? No, we're not. We're higher, yeah, fractionally higher. Yep, that's what we are right now. SoFi 2174. SoFi today has been as low as 2146, is now 2174. We're down 6 cents on your SoFi. So whatever sell-off happened is over. Jen, thank you so much. The great jelly bagel is here.
Jelly bagel.
She's ready. She won't be making these much longer. I'll be in Japan soon. You're gonna have to FedEx some to me.
Yeah.
It might be little stones by the time I get.
Absolutely, positively has to get there
overnight. Yeah, 8.4 million traded on SoFi. Not a lot of volume today, kids. That's the story. Excellent. Oh, KP, I got your message. Thanks, KP. Got your email. I just saw it. I just saw the first line. Great to hear from you, buddy. Just great. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining. Jen, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's nice and cool here.
Yes, it is.
Because it's raining.
Oh, yeah. Calgary.
You know why?
Huh?
The Folk Festival starts this week.
Well, that's right. Stampede's over, and it rains the week after.
It always rains on the Folk Festival.
The high today is 65. We're at 55 degrees right now. It's July the 21st. We're at 55 degrees at 8:11 in the morning, and it's wet out there. Rain today and tomorrow. Sunny Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with a possible shower Saturday and cloudy Sunday. So they might be okay.
They might get pushed out, yeah.
And high of 80 on Saturday. Thursday 80, 74 Friday, 68 Saturday, 71 Sunday. So, okay.
You don't want wet grass because a lot of people just throw a blanket on the ground and sit on it to watch the various performers.
See what we mean? Unreal. How you doing otherwise, Auntie Jen? You okay?
Getting there.
Hanging in?
We're kind of starting the countdown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we've been doing that all weekend around here.
Yeah.
Talked to our daughter yesterday.
What needs to be done, how it needs to be done, when it needs to be done. Yeah.
Found a cruise for Jen and I. We're going to be on a cruise coming up in October. We're excited about that. And we've now figured out our overall itinerary for Europe. We now kind of know where to go, when to go, how long. And now I have to get to work with hotels and transportation between one place and another. So, yeah.
Airlines really don't want you flying one way.
It's unbelievable.
You pay for a return trip even though you fly one way. That's great.
It's a mind blower.
It's a good system. How are your markets this morning?
We're up. Dow's up. NASDAQ, S&P. Oil down 58 cents. We got stocks.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
No, SoFi's down 15 cents. Where Friday, it was up when the market was down. And, so it's the other way around. GameStop is up 9. Nothing serious yet. Rocket Lab 49.84, down 155, hitting 53 last week, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
This is doing really well though. Microsoft up 127, Apple up 350, Nvidia up 25, Meta up 929, Google up 433, Tesla, the only loser, down 37 cents, nothing serious. Amazon down up 127 right now, and Netflix up 379. So it's an up session. It's not like rip roaring out of control, everyone wants in before you miss the boat kind of a rally. But I'm begging people today, sell stock, right cash, secure puts. Sell stock, right cash, secure puts. Sell stock, right cash, secure puts. Begging. At the highs is what you got to do. You got to go cash.
Right.
When else do you go
At the
cash?
high.
You don't go cash at the lows. You go cash at the highs. And Wall Street won't tell you that. it's interesting. People are saying to me, Bruce, I'm advising my parents on how to do option writing, and I wrote their first set of contracts, cash secured puts for them last week, and I brought them in 10% return on their cash secured put, like that this premium, and they're sitting on all this money that's now hauling in interest. The next day, they phoned their financial advisor and fired them.
Keep your fingers out of my portfolio.
The financial advisor is bragging. I can make a 6-8% a year.
Yeah.
The kid just made us 10% yesterday. You're out of a job. You're not taking care of my money.
Yeah. Yep.
Just a guy trying to help people get
And
richer.
how are you doing this morning? Did you have good sleep?
The alarm woke me up.
Yeah, you were up with the alarm.
So I was fast
And
asleep.
then I turned over and went right back to sleep, something I don't normally do.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I was. I worked this weekend. I was working with one-on-ones, and then I was here working our travel coming up. So, but I love doing what I do. So, is this really work? Really? Maybe not really work. So, not really complaining. But
you weren't swinging a hammer.
I am a little tired. But it is what it is. We're going to be just fine. Oh, we got some action going on here. What's going on here?
We also got a little smoke in the air today, so that's why we're clogging.
Oh yeah, I am cloggy today.
Little smoke.
Anyway, what was going on here? Bagel Babe, Roaring Tea. I literally just called around and interviewed 3 different CPAs to find my guy. People are asking, where do I find a CPA, a tax professional that can help me with an LLC and give me tax advice?
Yeah.
Because the money I'm making doing this, I want to pay the proper amount of tax,
right?
But I also don't want to overpay,
right?
Because I'm not an employee anymore. So, what deductions and
And it's different for every state, I'm sure, just like it's different for every province. We all have our federal, but we have our local guys.
Yeah.
Guys and gals.
Some of you who are in like Texas and Nevada, Florida, you might be in taxes that don't have state taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you might be in taxes in states where you don't have capital gains kicking in. Or some of you in America have these, you're allowed to make up to so many thousands a year before you pay capital gains. Again, I don't know. I'm not a tax guy. I've told this to you a zillion times. You've got to find your professional. But the pros out there know what they're doing. They will. That's why they're there. You just got to do something.
Good for her being persistent, and she finally found one that matches her.
Exactly. Bagel Babe says, you will find out quickly who has experience with day traders or people who manage their own financial assets.
Right.
Savage of Wall Street. Boom! I just sold some open $5 covered calls expiring September for $1.20, laughing out loud. Some idiot degenerate gamblers want to play. My average is in the 70-cent range, and I'm willing to sell for $5. I'm such a kind guy. I'm so nice.
He's just walking around with candy in his hand.
And the stock's at $3. The stock's at $3. He's selling 5s. He's hauling in $1.20, which gives him $6.20. And the stock's at $3. Oh my God! This is good stuff. Richard Carlin, good morning, Auntie Jen. Brian,
good morning.
Savage Wall Street, nice stock pick there. Tony,
right? Watch those option chains. See what they want to give you.
Yeah, Tony says sushi bagel in Japan.
Sushi bagel.
Pick and Roll says, Uncle Bruce, I'm sitting on some 550-60 Qs. We're at 565 right now, and 620-30 SPYs, and we're at 630 right now.
I think you would take some with sashimi with that nice salmon you could put on there, tuna. Yeah,
there's that. Okay, he's got 550, 560 Qs, 620, 630 SPYs, both 12 to 30 days out. Freaking out this AM as they shoot way up again. Am I still folding my arms? There you go. Yeah, I would sit tight for another couple hours without even flinching. But I'm studying. If you're doing your job, you're studying the option chain. and you're taking a look at
See how it changes. See what the world thinks.
those 12 day outs, you're looking at 20 day outs. The 30s, you might be looking at 40s. But then again, you don't need to do anything today or tomorrow, because if the market eases off a little and you're just going to go, well, I've got days and days to do a roll. But when you find a roll, if you can find a rollover from your $12 expiries that move you up in stock and strike out in time for no cost, you're gonna make that happen. Because when the moment comes that we have a $5 drop one morning on the Qs, you're gonna go, oh my, glad I did this.
Just to remind people, the world is a dumpster fire. The market has to
I've been kind of saying
acknowledge that sooner or later.
Headline, Wall Street Journal. Auntie Jen says
The
the
world.
world is a dumpster fire.
That's right.
One, JV, congrats Savage on that cover call on Open. Mandu number 5. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, man.
Larry. Good morning. Flint Creek.
Hey,
Good
Larry.
morning.
Good morning, soap lady.
Dude, good morning to you.
Dude.
Blair, are you in Amsterdam before October? Yes, we are.
Yes.
We'll get back to you on that. Lisa,
Well,
you can utilize open jaw flight tickets, example A to B to C. Well, there's that. Bobby, I went with a $6 January 26 open cover calls last week. Best case, $1,300 investment turns into $3,000 plus return end of the year. Giddy. Splair had to laugh sometime as Entigen was hanging. The financial advisor deserved this. She was laughing. He deserves it. Lisa, the best way to buy one-way flights is to redeem miles. That's how I went around Asia. Rock and roll. Susan Shops, of course, sell stocks at highs, yet shouldn't folks wait for the stock dip before adding cash to get puts? No. Sell now, right now. Jesus. Thank you, Susan. Bobby,
tell her why you think that.
money in your hand is what it's all about right freaking now. Sell the stock up here, write those cash to get puts immediately, add that cash to the cash, the premium to the cash, and enjoy interest income and deal with the market later. If it wants to move up or down, you will deal with it later. Yeah. You're not locked away, people just don't.
It's an economic law that $1 in your hand today is worth more than $1 in your hand tomorrow. That's just a rule. It's the truth. So get the money, and you can always react.
If you sell, and then I might write up cash secured puts when it goes down, guess what you are? You're a gambler. You're the fool on the floor of the stock exchange. You're
making
at the floor.
Credit Savage happy.
Don't be doing that. Bobby, 730 something, 600 written on, very small dollar amount. Rest of the account is mainly cash you could put holding and interest.
There you go.
730 shares, 600 written on, and rest is, I think that's what he's trying to tell me. It would help if you could type, some of you guys, like I can spell. Walter, good morning, Auntie Jen. Savage of Wall Street.
Walter.
Boom, sold one Sentinel, a Sentinel 1 cover call expiring Jan for $2. Thank you, you poor idiotic degenerate silly rabbits, raising cash today, baby. Splair, here in Poland, in a little small town, we have good sushi restaurant hidden below a hotel.
Oh.
They have sushi burgers. Sushi Bagel seems to be not
Sushi
far away from
burger?
this. Sushi burgers. I
don't know.
Pick and roll, studying away. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, pick and roll.
Giddy up. Tori Francis, what are some key terms I need to study to start understanding options? I've been a stockbroker for a few years now. I've been a stockbroker, and I have been watching you for a while. I thank you. Well, I don't know how to answer this question. I mean,
I'm sure in your work, there are people who could offer you information on this. You must have people in your work that write options, and to do so, they had to take option courses and pass them. So they should have information. If not, I hate to say it, but you start at lesson number 1. That you just have to start at the bottom and lay your foundation and grow on it.
One of the things that
But
Keep-
there's glossaries out there. Go look.
one of the things I get accused of by critics, you're always trying to sell your classes. Yeah. I'm always trying to sell my classes because what I don't want to do is talk to all of you out there about the very basics of options. When you've heard it a million times before,
Yeah.
if you've been here a while.
Yeah.
If you're new to this channel, you need to take lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 on my website. That's your absolute prerequisite. First thing, that's it. Because the basics of
build on it.
option creation, writing, depreciation, appreciation, why and how they're all done, it's all there. It's like 4 hours of easygoing, plain English speaking guy to help you understand the basics of options.
I have explained it to relatives, and you just know that you're going too quickly for them because they glaze over. And now, okay, when they go, it's time to go back, see where I lost them, and bring them back up the trail. But when you do it through the classes, it's steady, it's easy. You stop it, you go back to where you lost it.
And the other thing is, you can rewatch my classes
over
and over again to let it sink in.
Yeah.
There's 19 of them now. This isn't a 5-minute, tell me how to do it and I'll be fine kind of thing. That's not the way this works.
With some people, they get it immediately. And with others, they have to hear it 3 or 4 times before they have their come to Jesus moment. And then it's like, oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah, we've all had to do that. We all had to learn it. You got to learn a new language.
For someone like me, reading a comment from Tori like this, I mean, I have to respect the fact that you've been a stockbroker, so you kind of know the markets, okay? But I don't know how much you know them.
Understand the flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't.
Especially if you don't do options. Because as I say, you have to take a special course and you have to pass it with a high number.
I have a unique perspective on the stock market that almost no other stockbroker has.
You're a POD.
POD?
You're a partner, officer, and director.
That's
You've
part of
got
it.
that designation.
I wasn't just a stockbroker when I was originally. Originally, I was just a stockbroker when I started, but that's not where I stayed. I moved into management. I moved into branch manager. I had to have all the courses. I had to do the options. I had to be a partner and director. And I talked to senior officers of my brokerage firm, coast to coast, every day. And I was able to talk to floor traders personally about today's action and the overall market position, which
and the companies.
Yes.
What the companies want from shares.
That's right. And what I was getting was insight that no other stockbroker was getting and could get. Impossible. And today, I am regurgitating to you selected information from 40, 50 years ago. All this knowledge I built up in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. And I cannot help but say, you want to understand how options work and get it pretty easily? Watch class number 1 and 2. And I have to take the criticism from those out there going, "Are you just trying to sell those classes?" I have to take it. I have to take it. But I don't get people coming to me going, "I watched class number 1 and 2 and I thought it was a bag of crap." They come to me and go, "I had no idea there was all this information in there."
Yeah.
I
didn't know you could do this.
What you talked about in class 1 and 2, I didn't know half of that stuff. And I thought I knew what the hell options were all about.
Yeah.
Classes 3 to 19 take you to another level. Now, every viewer of this channel who comments here or doesn't and has taken 19 classes, they will all tell you privately, take the classes. Listen to this guy. When you hang around with him, you'll understand why you need these classes. to keep up with him because I'm still holding back. I'm holding the reins back. I'm stopping you guys from galloping out there because there's so many danger places you could be going to. And
you don't even know where the gopher holes are.
that's right. And again, the critics, they just look at me and go, he's just a shill. He's just trying to flog his classes. That's all this guy is, blah, blah, blah. Well, they don't obviously write options for a living and do what many of you have figured out what to do. Tori, if you take a couple of the classes and you hang around here a little bit and watch some of my previous shows or watch my future videos, you may find that a month from now, 2 months from now, you're going to look me up for a one-on-one. And you're going to go, you know what? I'm going to talk to this guy one-on-one for an hour, hour and a half. I'm going to send him $500. I'm going to talk to him for an hour because I'm talking to someone with close to 50 years experience, 45 anyway, that in 90 minutes will bombard me with $25,000 worth of information, $100,000 of information. If you take my guidance and my knowledge and my experience with you for the rest of your life, the next 30 years of investing that you're going to do on advisory, this $500 you're going to spend is going to be the cheapest $500 you ever spent to learn stuff. But I have to figure out what you're all about. I have no idea of your experience, how long you've been a broker, what kind of clients you have. Yeah. Are you still active as a broker? Were you a broker?
Can you only sell your company's
I don't know. Yeah.
own?
Yeah. I'm but thank you. On that note, Jen,
everybody have a great Monday. A great summer Monday.
Tori says, awesome. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Thank you, everyone.
Tori, it's a great journey.
Thank you, Auntie Jen, so much. What can I say? Juan JV says, I just wrote a put credit spread on Hood, 75.85 for October 17. And I got $2. Not bad. I'm hoping to cash out way before October. Way to go, JV. Aaron, Jen, we need the streams with you. You're richer. You're nicer than Bruce. He makes me cry. Help, Jen. Yeah, she hits. You have no idea. She hits. Aaron, I just learned more from Jen in 5 seconds than I have from Bruce in 5 years. JV, good morning, Auntie Jen. Tori, thanks. Holder, Savage of Wall Street. That Sentinel One cover call was at the $22 strike, and they gave me $2. The stock's at 19, and my average is 15. I'll take that. Give me 22 plus 2. I get $24. Thank you. Mr. Lucky, thanks, Savage of Wall Street. I sold cover call for the end of August, $6 for 5 cents a piece. Thank you. Mr. Lucky, OPEN, Bruce. Tori, not a broker, Alpha, just hold some stocks. Okay. Tori, our Uncle Bruce's classes on YouTube, they're on my website. You've got to go here to stockmarkswithbruce.ca. That's where you have to go. You'll find my classes on my website right over there. Mike, congratulations on being a stockbroker, Tori. Okay, so he's not a stockbroker. I can't mention it in a different way. Comment gets lost. Aaron, Tori said stock holder, not broker. Oh, okay. I can't read either. Dude, Tori, holding is half the battle. Now you just got to figure out what a covered call is. Splair, hi, would love to be a broker too. No fees, my own investment. Splair, thanks for the crown. The comments just fixed. Actually, good point is to wish you all a relaxed day. Brian, how can I start my day without Uncle Bruce? This just seems so wrong. Brian, maybe start back at live show number 1. White Feather, Tori Francis, Bruce's classes are more than worth the cost. You can take that to the bank. Savage of Wall Street, boom, decided to wet my beak with Red Cat and sold one $10 cash secured put expiring October for $182. So I got 18% back on my investment. Or I buy the shares at $8.18. Stock is at 11, down 5% today. 98 million shares and 16 million shorted. Wow. Charlie, Q's pushing for 5. Charlie, 566. Splair, neat. JV, Uncle Bruce, are you a business? Uncle Bruce, you are a business. And you need to promote your classes. You have given us so much knowledge, and we have all made money, so there is nothing wrong in promoting your classes and your one-on-ones. Aaron, you know I'm messing, Bruce. I'm British. I only know sarcasm. It also means I don't have many friends. Apologies. Right. Rocket Lab is up 850% in 1 year. Murray from Tokyo. Bruce, during your trip to Japan, let's aim to give you a rest from options and enjoy just being here. We got to get together. I think we should get together. I think it will be a great idea to meet a viewer of mine in the Tokyo region. Maybe you know a good place to eat that is a reasonable cost, but something local you like, or a restaurant you know of, or you got to send me a private email. We got to get together. Janmar, should I buy your classes first or pay for a consult with you first? Classes first. You don't need to sit down with me first. If you're going to become an option writer, classes first. Do the first two. That's $400. That's 4+ hours of instruction. I think, I can't remember how long each one of these is. Do that first. Okay. Hang out here a little while. You might decide that I'm going to watch 3, 4, 5, 6. Whenever you're ready to talk to me, yes, it's US dollars, $500 US. Yes, it's US. When you're ready, you're ready. But I would do 200 US. The classes are 200 US each. They're on my website, stockmarkswithbruce.ca. Just head over there, and you'll see the classes, and you can buy them one at a time when you're ready, in any order you want. I say 1 and 2 is where you start. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, Janmar, my best option writers, the most successful option writers I have, women, females. They're better than the guys. I have guys who make a lot of money. Okay, I have male option writers who do incredibly well. But overall, when you compare a pool of 500 option writers that are men and 500 that are women, women are better. And you can draw your own conclusions for that, but I'm just saying. Anyway, there you go. Charlie, in my opinion, classes first. Jen, that's the way you know what you're talking about. US dollars, by the way. Jen, I lost a lot of money in AMC, so I'm slightly traumatized. You're not the only one. You are not alone. I spend so much time, and I don't mind doing this. I spend a lot of time with people who've lost a lot of money already. And then they find me. I don't know how, but they find me. And they get into the option thing. They kind of go, this sounds interesting. Look at these comments from these people here. I've been around this guy's channel for a week, and they're always here, the same people. You do class number 1, class number 2, and set up a practice account, an options trading practice account through any broker you want. You probably can do that through Robinhood or Fidelity or whoever you're using. And you can mimic the trades that people say they're doing here. You can just do those. Now, I'm off the air next week. Thursday's my last day being live, so it'll then be on on videos. But nonetheless, you can certainly do that, and you will learn a ton. And when it's time to, maybe a few weeks after, you'll say, okay, I'm going to talk to this guy. I'll send him 500 US. We'll get together for an hour, hour and a half, because it always lasts more than an hour. And I will, with you, we'll figure out where were you, where are you, and where can we go from here. And by the time the hour and a half is over or so, you'll sit back and go, best 500 I ever spent, because I have a direction. I have a mission. I have a game plan. I know what to do next. I now have a 90-day forward movement here. This is worth far more than a $500 investment in me. That's the plan. So, and Jen, I'll leave it to you, Jen. It's totally up to you. Savage of Wall Street. Is anyone interested in SoFi? Selling some $20 cash secured puts expiring in Jan 26 would bring you $250 right now. Just saying. Buying SoFi at $17.50 is not the most terrible thing if you wrote 20s. True, if you wrote 25s for Jan 27th, you're probably bringing in $750 a contract. Is there something wrong with bringing in $750 a contract? No, no. One, I agree with you, Savage. $17.50 is a bargain. Thank you for the tip. Murray, Tokyo, Bruce, lots of great local restaurants. I sent my email to your website contact page the other day. Oh, thank you. I saw one, and I'm trying to remember, was that you or not? But okay, I'll get back to you. I promise. RT, me too, Jen. I'm still rebuilding. I wasn't able to babysit my account. So Aaron stole 90% of my stock and my money. Mr. Lucky, Genmar, doing the GameStop hype. I lost so much money. You will come back if you take the classes and do what this man says. There you go, Jen. You are no longer doing your lives. I'm doing these lives until next Thursday. Then I'm traveling around the world, and I will be doing a series of recorded shows from around the world on a pretty well daily basis. And so hang out, and I'm going to start trading my own money. Right now, I don't trade my own money because of a conflict of interest. I'm selling memberships to have people listen to me. I'm not going to trade behind your back while I'm talking to you. So once I close out next Thursday, I shut down the memberships. I do recorded videos the week after from the road. And now Jen and I are trading, and we'll let you know what we're trading. And so now you can follow along with what we're doing, and your timing couldn't be better. Get class number 1 and number 2. Savage Wall Street, it all starts with class number 1, kids. I will guarantee those classes more than paid for themselves already 100 times over, says Savage. Tori, Uncle Bruce, I'm not a broker. I'm just a mirror holder. And I hear you. It's okay. Tori, someone, please tell him I'm so embarrassed. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. It's okay. It's just, I can't read. Brian, Tori, I also read your first message as you were a broker until I read it again. It's funny. Mike, I'm hiring Tori to manage my account. There you go. Cutting Edge. I went last year from being 100% cash owner to now sitting on well over 6 figures in all cash secured puts on all of our favorite stocks. We are all over covering every day, and I get about $450 a month in interest every month now. That's how much I'm getting from interest from other people's money too. Beautiful. Is Jen a trader as well? No. Jen and I are former brokers. I'm a former manager and VP from way back when. Jen and I will be talking to each other about our trades, definitely starting August. Savage Wall Street. Man, if it wasn't for the kids, I'd meet you in Tokyo, Uncle Bruce. I know some amazing restaurants in the Shibuya and Yoyogi area. You have to go to the Meihai Temple. Such a great experience. Big E. Knee emojis with the zit at the end there. Genmar SoFi at 2177. Sorry, Francis. I'm taking the classes. Now you're talking. Life is easy, says the chat is not members only. Today, I've left it open because I'm a great guy. I didn't have to leave it open, but I left it open. Plus, everyone's respectful today, and I appreciate it. Tori, Mike H., I wouldn't do that if I were you. Don't let me manage your money for you. Right on. We're up 146 on the Dow. That's about a third of a point. And right now, the S&P is up 33.5. That's a half a percentage point, roughly. The NASDAQ is up 165, let's call it. There it is, 165, up 0.79%. The VIX is plus 15. That's actually negative. It's a little tiny sliver of negativity. Oil down 63 cents a barrel, 66.72 at the height of the U.S. driving season, the Canadian driving season, the summer driving season. Oil is falling. What does that tell you? Oil is everywhere. There's oil all over the place. Bagel is terrific. Absolutely terrific. Okay. Mike is laughing. Mike loved that, Tori. He loved it. Thank you all for joining us today. Look, we got a lot to watch. You have a lot to watch. The Qs are ahead, 438. They're at 565.64. They broke 566. New all-time high. They did hit that today. They're hanging around this high at the moment. The spiders are up 347. The SoFi shares 21.78, down just 3 cents. SoFi does not want to back off. Have you noticed that? It's been, what, 2 weeks now? 2+ weeks we've been up here? When did we break 20? July 7th, we're at 1884. 1926. July 8th, 2049. That's the first time. July 8th. We went into the 1960 range on July 9. July 10, we're 2094. July 11, we're around 2160. July 14, 2109. 2118 on July 15 with some higher highs. July 16, 21 bucks. Here we are, July 21, 2178. Your SoFi shares, this is the last month right here. That's your last month. Your SoFi way down here at 17, 16 something, right there. Now at 2178. Why is it that the shares hit new multi-year highs again and again and again and again for like a week and a half? And if they do pop up here to 2274, they'll hit new multi-year highs. We're only down $1 from that, barely. That's a nothing burger for this stock now. Why? Why is this stock not going back to $15 a share? Well, next Tuesday morning, pre-market, before we open, SoFi releases their financials. Everybody who owns SoFi kind of knows that. And they're all going, well, why would I sell these shares now when Noto is going to come out with both barrels blazing? The guy's going to have a conference call on these results. He's going to be on CNBC. He's going to be on Fox Business. He's going to be on Bloomberg. He's going to talk to anybody who wants to talk to him about what the company is doing. You think I want to sell now with Noto about to blow the doors off the market by saying stuff like made record profits, we made record revenues, we have the highest number of members we've ever had, we're growing memberships at a faster pace than we've ever. I don't know, what's he going to say? What's he not going to say? I don't think he's going to come out on Tuesday next week and say, or 2 weeks from now, say, oh, we didn't make as much money as we thought. It's going to be very, 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 very good. And the future for SoFi is massive. And that's why the stock's not going down. I think the shares are being accumulated by shorters who have gotten their brains blown out, 150 million plus shares short on SoFi. They didn't sell these stocks at $25 a share, you know. They shorted this stuff at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They're losing on every single sale they made all the way up. And here we are at 2172. They're getting their butts handed to them. Hundreds of millions in losses. And so they're buyers trying to get the hell out, minimizing their losses. There might be new short sellers trying to sell now, trying to sell stock now short. There may well be brand new short sellers trying to sell stock short. How successful are they going to be? Do they think it's going to 12 from 21, 22? Are they looking for a quick $3, $4 pullback to 17, 18, and then they'll buy them back? I think they're going to get their butts handed to them. I think, personally, these shares will hold these values, likely be upgraded by a bunch of broker analysts who follow this stock, because they'll finally come around to the fact that, oh yes, this isn't a $10, $12 company. This is a $30 company. The shares get into the 25, 30 neighborhood. We've got a $35 billion market cap showing on this thing. We are well into S&P 500 inclusion. I'm not saying it's guaranteed the minute it happens, but we are getting closer and closer and closer to S&P 500 inclusion. This is a chartered bank. This is not a high-tech software company. This is not a widget maker. This is not a company who makes one product, and if a company cancels the orders for that product, that this company loses half their value. This is not a medical bio stock. This is a chartered bank, which has close to 13 million members now, which will end up with about 100 million members by the time they mature out the next 4 or 5 years. S&P loves companies like this. Companies like this add value to the S&P 500 for decades going forward. This is the kind of stocks they want. Now, can I make them add SoFi? No. Wish I had a phone number for someone, but no, I don't. So we got to wait it out. But in the meantime, shares are being picked up by somebody up here. There's a reason we're not going back to $15 a share today. We're not going back down here. something good is happening on SoFi. So I'm a fan, a huge fan. You don't have to own a single share of SoFi if you like the company. You can just write cash secured puts. And if you did that, you wrote $25 cash secured puts for Jan 27 expiring, you can bring in probably $750 a contract, 30%. $25 contract, $750 a contract, 30% being given to you for a 1 year, 5 month contract, which I don't think you're going to be holding for more than 5 or 6 months. You will likely be rolling it between now and then, because by the time 6 months from now rolls by, we'll have had the quarterly earnings next week, the quarterly earnings 3 months after that, and then the quarterly earnings 3 months after that. That means we're into 2026 now in time. And this company is nowhere near where it is now. It'll be far larger than it is now. Far more generating far more money and making far more profits. And so the shares, I think, will be closer to 30 or higher, and you'll have rolled your 25s in the 30s by the time the new year rolls around. That's what I think is going on. So you don't need to own the stock. You can write cash secured puts and enjoy daily interest on your cash balance and roll your contract forward into 30s and eventually 35s over the next year or so. And that's being me saying conservatively. I didn't expect the stock to go from 13, 14, 15 a month ago to 22 just last week that quickly. I'm happy, thrilled, beyond happy, but it's a bit quicker than I thought it would happen. But now I'm also going, well, they're not backing off, so they could actually go higher yet. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are. Thank you all so very much. White Feather, Uncle Bruce was also an offshore asset manager in the Cayman Islands. You don't get there by accident. He knows what he is talking about. Thank you, sir. Mr. Lucky, I got to get going. Good luck, everybody. JD, Uncle Bruce just wrote 5 $35 cash secured puts, CSBs, or call credit spreads. What's going on here? I don't know what you're doing. 5 $35 Rocket Lab something for December, and I got 840. How about that? Are those cash secured puts for 35? You're offering to buy the stock net to you for $26.40, if I got my math right. I like that trade. Doug, I usually don't comment here, but you have provided life-changing info. Can't thank you enough. Hope you enjoy every minute of your travels. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss these streaks and these rants, but I completely understand what you're up to. The Savage of Wall Street, I just bought back I bought back my 10 BULL 1250 cash secured puts that I sold weeks ago for $4. I put a stink bin in at 170 and I got them. I also sold all my shares. I just don't like the contract they signed with a shady company. I'm taking my cash and moving on. Roaring Titty, I wanted to get a math degree in college, but decided, that would be boring. I didn't know trading would be a job you could use that degree for, though. JV, what shady company, Savage? I'm in bull as well. Charlie, stink bid in to buy back my $19 SoFi August 15 puts. I sold them for $116. I want to buy them back for 44 cents. That's a 60% profit if this thing hits. Stock option sensei, classes equals early retirement. I'm a case in point about that. Lisa, do you think SoFi will be 30 by Jan 26? I don't know. I would love to say it will be that before, but am I the source that's guaranteeing it? No. You know, and I know, Lisa, this thing could hit 30 next week. If the numbers come out Tuesday that just obliterate, projections, and then they raise projections, we could be 30 next week. I mean, I don't know. Am I putting it past these guys? Roaring T, I've got SoFi FOMO, but I have to sit it out, unfortunately. JV, congrats, Charlie. Genmar, SoFi to 45 by next month, Bruce. There you go. Genmar, do you talk about cash secured puts on class 1 and 2? I talk about writing puts. I talk about writing options. And I explain them deeply. I explain their origins, how they are created, how they go up and down, how to write them, how to cover them, why they move or don't move, how you make money when the market goes against you and you still make money. I go over all of this stuff. You need this info badly. You need this badly. If you want to get into cash secured put writing, I think we're talking class 6 or 7 by the time we get there, you got some studying to do. There's a college class waiting for you. It's an at-home college class I've created. 19 lessons. Are you serious about making money doing this? Step it up. Only you can make this work. Mars Carlisle, here's a $5 donation, Bruce. Uncle Bruce, Robinhood has been rejected from the S&P a couple of times. Do you think SoFi could make it in first? No idea. Their market cap is 80 to 90 billion now, if I'm not mistaken. So their stock has really gone stupid. Well ahead of, SoFi. But I think SoFi generates the kind of money they generate. I don't know. I don't study Robinhood's books, so I don't know. Who knows? They'll both be in there sooner or later. Maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, we'll go back and look at the S&P, and you'll see, oh, there's Robinhood. Oh, there's SoFi. Oh, there's other stocks that should have been in, or eventually got in. I Charlie, thank you, Juan. It should hit any second. Crossing my fingers on that stake bid. JD, cash secured puts, Bruce. Cash secured puts. You were right. Mitch, you and Antigen should compete and see who has a better trading account by the end of the year. I got enough problems, pal. Walter, thumbs up. Jen, $200 a class. I'm a mom with limited time. May I ask how long classes 1 or 2 are, and do I get unlimited time access? I might have to take the class a few times. All you do is you grab class number 1, and now you have the link in your computer. Save the link. And you can watch it as many times as you want. You can watch 15 minutes at a time. You can watch it over and over again as many times for the rest of your life. So, yeah. When you've got 10, 20, 30 minutes of miraculous quiet time, I don't know, you're a mom, you'll click on the class and watch a little more, and you'll watch number 1 a few times, and then you'll watch number 2, and you'll go, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, now you're gonna go, if I watch class number 3, I'll be able to absorb this stuff faster, and class number 4 faster, class number 5 but take your time. This is not a race. This is the rest of your life. All right. And writing options, you cannot write one option and become a millionaire. That ain't going to happen. Okay. That's not what's done around here. There are people here since 2021 and since last week who started writing options in the last little while or a few years ago, who have been slowly but consistently building their wealth. And there gets a point in time where certain milestones are achieved, certain moments where people go, I just made more money writing options than it costs us to live for the month. Or I just made more money in option writing, just brought in more money in option premium than I make in 3 months of work. Or just made enough money to pay the mortgage. The account now pays the mortgage. The account now can pay down credit cards. The account now just grew to the point where we're going to pay off our car loan, and that loan payment is gone. These are milestones that will happen depending on your situation. Everyone's different. So I'm doing the best I can here. A Crazy 49er, Jen Martin, you will get a link that you can watch your pace and rewatch if needed. Charlie, yes, Jen, you can watch and rewatch as many times as you want. Unlimited access. Each class is about 1.5 to 2 hours long. Thank you, says Jen. Mike wrote 32, 2150 SoFi cash secured puts for 117 for August. Giddy up. Savage Weeble signed to let Yorkville resell 75 million shares, and I don't like that. Companies that have dealt with Yorkville in the past have gone bankrupt. Brian, yes, there is some really good DD from Tevis about BULL. Brian, he got into it heavily, and then the next week got out fast, he says. There you go. Okay. Again, I have no idea what this. I can't comment on this. I don't follow this stuff, so I don't know. You all have to decide for yourselves what works for you and what doesn't. Okay, thank you all. I'm 23 minutes longer than I thought I'd be today. Thank you for joining me this morning. 192 of you are still here. It's incredible. The poll question of the day, I've only referred to it once. 245 of you have answered it. And on the thumbs up meter, where are we at now on the thumbs up meter? We've got 165 of you now have thrown me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. If any of you can hit that thumbs up button, please do. We'd like to get to 200 every day. Appreciate that. It helps YouTube with my analytics and so on. 245 of you have answered the question. That is, my accounts are up a certain percentage point this year because I am writing cash secured puts and I'm sitting on the cash. So far, those of you who have made less than 10% so far this year, 31% of you said that. 34% though say, Bruce, I'm up 10 to 25% right now. I'm in that window. 18% of you say, I'm in the 25% to 50% gains this year so far. And 17%, that's pretty close to 18, 17% say, I've made over 50% so far this year, Bruce. And that is what I'm trying to get all of you to do. I'm trying to get as many of you as possible to generate more than 50% in 6 months. If I can get you over that level for the whole year and then compound that next year and compound that again the year after, your accounts will completely transform your world. Your economic life will change completely. Because if I can help you take 50 grand to 500,000 or 200,000 to $1 million, or you will change your mentality on your investing. You will completely change your style of investing. You will never think about buying a hot stock ever again. You will just be an option writer and go, Uncle Bruce, this is a lot less stress in my life. I like this game a lot. I got to get one of those I like this game sweatshirts you make on your Redbubble store. Absolutely. I sure hope I can help that happen for you guys. Thank you so much. Richard is going, neat. Genmar, I spent the last 3 years of my life crying over a 6-figure loss between AMC and GameStop combined. I think I'm over it now. I'm ready to make some money again. Well, there we go. You might have just found the right place. Got to get you out of that hold forever mentality and ride a stock to the moon kind of thing. A Savage of Wall Street, this is actually true. My wife is an MBA, and although she will use that master's degree, I think we will make more money by selling calls, covered calls and cash secured puts. Not one time did they talk about covered calls or cash secured puts in her master's class. No, they don't. They don't. You cannot find any channel on television that covers investments that talks about covered call writing, cash secured put writing as a specialty. No one talks about it. No financial advisor you've ever met or will likely ever meet will talk to you about managing your account and growing your account through cash secured put writing and covered call writing. They don't do it. It is done. Cash secured put writing, covered call writing is done by high-end institutional investment firms. And that would be insurance companies, banks, pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, all these structured, these massive multi-billion, trillion-dollar monster outfits, including the Oracle of Omaha, Mr. Warren Buffett's firm, Berkshire Hathaway. They write options. Berkshire Hathaway writes options for income. Have since 1970, whatever. They're not stopping. They've got professionals that do that for them. I'm just trying to get you to do it on a micro level, your level, where you are, micro, from your house, from your cubicle, maybe from your bathroom at work. I don't know. Maybe from the road, maybe on a permanent vacation, slow-cationing. That's what we're trying to get you to think about here. I'm cutting edge. I just walked out of my job yesterday, Bruce, with a smile on my face. I didn't think I'm going back to a job. 6-figure cash secured puts in my port, baby. Thank you very much. Well done, sir. Richard Carling, I sent you an email. Look, Bruce, have a great day. Stock option. Hey, have a great day, Bruce. A few neat knees for the day. Don't forget those knee emojis, members. Charlie, congrats. Cutting edge. Mike, thumbs ups. Charlie, neat. Those knee emojis are going out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Lisa, financial illiteracy is how they are keeping us poor. Yeah, if you don't know how the game works, you can't play the game. And if you can't play the game, you can't win at it. It's pretty standard stuff. Roaring, all those AMC and GameStop gurus were telling people to hold while they were selling calls and puts. It was disgusting. Mike, GL, cutting edge, good luck. Crazy 49er, are you doing a one-on-one during the week? I'll do one-on-ones. Yeah, if you want to do a one-on-one sometime this week, get a hold of me. Let me know when you're available, and we'll try to figure out a time. Yeah, figure out where you are, where I am, what's the best time to get together. You bet. Savage Wall Street, I'm going live now, folks. Any of you want to join me? I'm going live. All right, there it is. I'm done. I got to get some rest. I got to get ready for my other channel, Traveling with Bruce, 7 o'clock tonight Eastern. I'm going live over there for the travelers. I got to update them on all my travels. If you want to find out where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be, join me tonight. TWB, you'll find out there. And we'll let you in on what I'm up to. And we'll talk about our cruise. Jen and I booked a cruise. We'll reveal the details tonight on TWB. Okay. Thank you, all of you. James and Misty Tree. Neat emojis, Bruce. Get rich, kids. Please get rich. Get richer. You're far better tippers when you're richer. Dude, neat. SoFi 2166 down 15 cents. GameStop up a dime. Rocket Lab down 120, but it's back over 50. Very good. Microsoft up 58 cents. Qs are up 408 at 565.34. They topped at 566.06. We'll see if they can hold that or give some back. We'll follow this market, of course. You'll follow it. We'll watch it. Mandu number 5. Neat. Larry Titus, thanks. Have a good one, everybody. Neat emojis. Jeff, have a great day, Bruce. Savage of Wall Street. The Savage of Wall Street is the channel. Have a nice day, folks. It's called Savage of Wall Street. There you go. Mandu number 5 coming over, Savage. Margin call. Neat. Corinne, neat. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel members, 8:30 for all of you right here, Stock Markets with Bruce. And we'll have fun tomorrow and talk about how we can get you richer then. Thank you all. We'll see you later. Bye.